Heyo.
Hey, we're live. Hey, Twitch and YouTube, welcome to the stream. Join our Discord. It's in the link. It's in the description below. Otherwise, we're just gonna be playing some Satisfactory today. Hope you all enjoy it. We're just gonna have a nice chill time, getting some turbo fuel going.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So now, let me see here. So, what were we doing actually?
So we got the fuel part of the turbo fuel set up. We've got the compacted coal part of the turbo fuel set up. So we're good on both fronts. The last thing we need to do is we need to go into the desert, and if we pull up our map here, I've got it already pinned where we're going to be going for that. Now, between streams, which Penelope has not seen yet, I have gotten the pipes fully run to our destination, because otherwise that would have been really boring, and it actually took me way longer than I expected because I could not get the frickin' water tower system to work properly, or at least it didn't feel like it was working properly. I'm still not 100% on it, but at this point I don't fucking care anymore, and we're just gonna do it live. I was even like tweaking it today, and it was just like it is testing wise, it's functional. We just don't know if there's anything else. And hey, the police are coming by. All right, that's cool. Anyways, so we've done that. I've also implemented a new transport system to there, because fucking the power lines are way too slow to get us to and from there, especially considering we need to transport what is effectively 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe like 5 inventories worth of parts. Can you get off? Come on.
What?
It's actually really frustrating.
I'm sorry. I didn't even move, and I managed to stay on you even after you jumped
I
away. I was
know,
so
that's why it's
impressed.
frustrating. Because it's like, what is going on? It's like you're trying. It's like you're trying to move in a dream, and you're like unable to move, and it's like
That's
it's like the most
awful.
uncomfortable thing ever.
That's the worst.
Like, oh gosh. Okay, that said, so if we want to get a feel for what we're going to be moving, because right now the primary bulk of the materials we have left over is for fuel generators, yep, and the refineries to make the turbo fuel. The fuel generators, we're going to be making 200 of those. So if I were to...
I'm sorry, did you say 200 fuel generators?
Yeah, that's correct. 200 fuel generators. What that breaks down to is 1,000 computers, 2,000 heavy modular frames, 3,000 motors, 10,000 rubber, and 10,000 quick wire. That's how much turbo fuel we are creating, and thus how many fuel generators we need to take full advantage of it. We also will need, and this is a much smaller number, but it's still quite extensive. I believe it is 48 refineries. I'm going to double check this in the production planner, though, just to be sure, because that number is actually not fully memorable to me. We will be producing 900 cubic meters of turbo fuel per minute. Yes, 48 refineries. So that's part of the reason why I started bulk, what's the word I'm looking for? Stockpiling all the materials, because the current systems we have in place would not have stockpiled enough materials, and we likely would have run out midway through the construction. So, yeah. That's why we needed this many industrial storage containers. Although the top 2
I
are
see.
sort of empty. They've only got like a little bit in them. Actually, never mind. That one's full of motors. So the real unfortunate thing is just the stack sizes. Like motors, heavy modular frames, they all stack to 50, and we're gonna need a few thousand of each of those. So yeah. With that said, I don't believe we need to fill up our inventory with anything in particular at the moment. Honestly, the biggest thing we want to do is just grab a bunch of concrete so that we can build the foundations we need for what we're going for.
Okay. Well, let me go grab some concrete really quickly from the line, and then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if we had not like fully balanced our systems, I'm sure this would have been an absolute disaster. Oh, hey Lost, or hey April, either one.
Oh yeah. Good to
You almost
switch it
streamed today
over. I'm
too?
just.
Oh, cool. It's awesome to hear that you're streaming.
Hey. Yeah, it's always cool.
Yeah. Hey, anybody who's watching, you know, if you ever have a moment and then give Lost a follow. That'd be awesome. She's a wonderful person.
All
Okay.
right.
So I think we should head out. Oh wait, concrete.
I've got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stacks of it. Oh no, wait, 6 stacks. I'm sorry, I miscounted.
We're gonna need to fit 200 fuel generators on our foundations.
I'll need some more. I should think. You know what? I'm just gonna clean out my inventory. I feel like this is gonna be a thing where we're just gonna want to start focusing on this now. So I'm gonna dump everything inside of the.
Honestly speaking, I feel like what we've got, what I've got in my inventory could be very useful as we get started, because there's like a bunch of stuff that I haven't planned for, like the amount of pipes that we're gonna need to run, the power lines, things like that. Like there's no way to, unless you built it before, there's no way to guess how much of those you're gonna need, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just going to kind of keep all this in my inventory, but what we are going to do when we get there is we're going to start by building up some industrial storage containers so that we have room to deposit stuff and pick stuff up as we need to. And I've got the materials for that already. Good. Okay.
Okay, let me see here. What is this industrial storage container takes? Oh, I need to go grab some more of that. I just dumped all of mine inside of the awesome sink.
Oh, okay.
Let me go grab some. So it's.
I did also pick up a few more things from the Fix-It shop, just that we hadn't yet grabbed for whatever reason. So we now have clean pipeline Mark IIs available. We've got wall power outlets Mark III. I didn't grab the quarter pipes or foundations because I honestly think they're very not useful, and they would just clutter up our build menu. But or the tilted walls. I haven't thought of a use for those yet, but I did just grab a couple of extra things that we might want to use from there. Okay. So, and we won't be overclocking anything, which is a good thing. Oh, let's check in with our admin building. Thanks, Franklin. You gave me some hog remains and some quartz from Biscuit. That's nice.
It is nice. It's wonderful.
Yeah. Here,
all right.
Immediately get that dumped into the coupon maker for the hog remains, and I will treasure the quartz always. All right, moving on. You ready to get going?
Yep. I noticed something over here, but I haven't got a chance to really address it.
Yeah.
And that was a huge line of pipe networks.
So yeah, you've been wanting it for a while. And I was like, it didn't really matter much for the other stuff we were doing, but we are traveling across the map, and we're going to be doing it multiple times throughout the stream. And so I figured, since it has a way to do it very fast, I built us a hypertube network with hypertube cannons at either end. So it should be within less than a minute to get back and forth.
Nice. So wait, do we come out this end as well?
You can go either way.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
they're a two-way system, and I don't think there's collision inside. So if we're going opposite directions, I don't think it'll matter.
Awesome.
But the way the cannon works, just for your knowledge, actually it'll probably make sense to you if you just do it. So why don't you give a running start?
All right, I'm gonna. Whoop. Woo! Oh shit! Is it? Oh my god! It's exponential with the cannon.
Oh yeah.
Holy shit!
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. Oh fuck! Oh god! I feel like I'm in an animation from like the 90s or something. What the fuck? Oh!
It's pretty great, yeah.
Oh my god! I'm crossing what must be dozens of kilometers.
And
Oh,
here's
I'm stuck.
we haven't dropped any frames, right? Okay, good. You're stuck?
Yeah, I'm stuck at the tube.
Oh God, no.
I can't move.
I was a little bit you can use the WSD to potentially maneuver in the tube, so try going back maybe.
I'm still stuck.
Oh, okay. We might have to deconstruct the tube then.
Can you come over here and free me really quickly?
Can you not access your build menu and deconstruct
I
it?
can't move at all.
Oh, good. Okay,
I can't
well,
even turn my head.
maybe it's too fast. All right.
In
I'm
this
on
part of
my
the
way to
stream,
you. Hold on. Let me just double check. Oh, you're up there. Good. I don't.
I'm up
I'm
where?
not sure if I have an easy way to get up there.
Can you walk up the hypertube?
Oh yeah, you're right. I was just thinking that. Let's give it a shot. Okay. Now it's a very steep angle, so we'll see. Here, let's put the jetpack on because that might actually be necessary here. Okay. Now. I'm really confused by why. Oh, you're just, huh? Okay. Here, let's deconstruct that.
Oh.
Maybe just like exit and rejoin.
Yeah, I'll try that.
Shit.
Exit the
I
main
was
menu.
slightly worried about this because I thought that it might have issues with multiplayer going that fast across the map, but huh.
I wasn't able to find any sessions of the session.
Oh my God, really?
Oh man, I wanna preface this a little bit to stream chat. We made record time preparing for this because I just got off work. So I had everything set up for my computer, and then we just like cool. As soon as I got online, I was like, cool. The stream's ready, the game's ready. We have our software all ready. We use Parsec for that little fun camera thing we do. Oh wow, is that really what's happening right now?
Oh yeah, you're like Super Saiyan, just like just sitting in midair. It's weird.
I've got this atmosphere cloud surrounding me.
Yeah,
Oh
it's from
boy,
the hypertube. It's so bizarre right now.
it's the same number. Hang on, let me try. Let me just copy it. Let me paste it. Oh, now it fucking works. Okay, that's fine.
Hooray! Also,
Hey,
my NVIDIA performance overlay is showing that it's 24 FPS right now. That doesn't seem right. Yeah, this does not feel like 24. I think it's just totally borked. All right, cool.
whew.
Hey, you're out. Okay, good. Hopefully that was a fluke, and we can still use this. Otherwise, I might need to slow it down a little bit.
What happened? I can taste the universe.
That said, you got most of the way, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, but we're going to be building our turbo fuel generators out here. Now, I know what some of you may be thinking. Why the fuck did we build it so goddamn far away from our base? The reason is we don't ever want it to get in the way. Ever. Like this is just a power generator plant and nothing else. So we're not going to be coming back here. It's the same thing with like our coal plant, which hopefully will be, you know, semi-unnecessary after this, at least for a little while. But yeah, this is just the most empty place to put such a large and obtrusive structure. If we could we base the foundations for the turbo fuel generator structure, which by the way will be multiple levels. We're not going to make it just like one wide level. If we could base it off of this foundation, just so that the hyper tubes and everything kind of line up nicely.
Yeah, no, I was setting up Zoop.
Oh, okay. And good, all of our fuel did actually get here, so the system appears to work. The question will be whether or not it works at full speed. That's the thing that we're going to need to figure out. Just snap it to this ramp.
I'm trying, but then as soon as I unsnap it, then it just goes.
Yeah,
cocked,
well, just click it and then zoop, and then we can delete ones that we don't need.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Speaking of which, we're going to need to figure out how big this thing needs to be. I'm thinking we try and make it as square of a base as possible. But I realize that that's going to make things a little bit confusing.
Unless I keep doing that.
What's? Oh, you've got it vertical, not. No, never mind. What do you mean? Do you have Zoop on?
I have Zoop on, but I'm trying to get it to go vertical, but it keeps going horizontal. There it goes. Now I can do. Now I can do
Oh
both.
yeah, yeah. They're two
Uh,
different settings.
did it say about that high looks good?
Could we use asphalt foundations?
We can switch it over. That since we're so early in this process, that's not a big
Yeah,
deal.
yeah. I just wanted to make sure that we were both on the same page for that. I think that. I mean, we're not going to make it very high because then I'm going to need to go back and fix the water tower
Okay. Then
or the
is that
fuel
good enough?
tower. We just need to make it high enough that it's not going to interact with any of these dunes when we make it its full size.
Gotcha.
Um,
Okay.
and
Then I'll go
so,
up 6 more.
yeah. Wait, 6 more? No, no. What? We're not going to make it super wide.
No, I said. I mean, just well, how you said you don't want to interact with the sand dunes, right? So I'm just gonna go up 6 more on the foundation. Let's say okay, maybe 3 more. How about that?
I don't. Wait, why?
So it doesn't interact with the sand dunes.
Well, we need to figure out how wide it is before we figure out whether it's going to interact with the sand dunes.
Oh, that's fair.
I mean, in the past, I get why you're thinking that way because we've done it before where we've just like made it as high as we are sure it's not going to interact with anything, and it's going to be perfectly like smooth sailing from there. In this case, though, we do need to deal with headlift, so it would be easier for us in the long run to just make this as low as
Oh
possible.
no shit
That's
shit
all
shit
right. That's all right.
shit.
Yeah, hold the back button. Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Oh shit.
Okay, and that's the dismount. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I have little stripey things and everything. Like, don't step into stripey things.
All of this should be covered in stripy things. I don't know what you're talking.
What do you mean? You don't get sucked in unless you go in the stripey area. See?
Warnings should not. Oh, you never mind. We'll have this discussion later.
All right, hang
Warnings
on.
should warn ahead of time, not at the immediate area.
I don't have any resources for signs. You're gonna have to live with it this way.
But that's fine. That's fine.
Okay, so how big does it need to be in order to fit all 48 refineries on a single level? That is the
We'll
question.
have. Well, to answer that question, we need to figure out how big a refinery is.
It is here. Let me. So first of all, switch your foundations over to using asphalt, please, just so that.
Oh yeah. I got you.
There we go, and perfect. Okay. Um. So if we, I had to turn on Zoop. There we go. So if we just go like this. Oh, you were in the way. There we go. Now, the ideal way to do this would be to have it so that it's, since we have 4 pipes coming in, we can do 4 rows of refineries, but I'm curious if that will actually result in any sort of square foundation. That's the real question.
See.
Do you
I don't actually have the parts together to make a refinery. I didn't bring them out here.
Oh, did we totally bung that up? Hang on. I think
Do you not have any
I think
either?
I have enough for the refineries. Yeah, I do. Okay, I do.
Okay,
If you
oh gosh.
wanna, let's see. We'll do it this way. So if we were to line it up at the corner there. Oh wait, no, it's far better if we line it up at the center with a line. So if we do it like this. So we have a foundation on one side of free space, and we have a foundation on the other side of free space for pipes and stuff. So
This doesn't look like it's lined up on any lines.
it is. The center
Shouldn't it be a little over?
The center line is lined up here, and then I get that it doesn't look like it, but that's definitely
I see how you
of
lined
it
it.
is lined on the thing.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting.
And so if we take 48 and we divide it by 4, that is 12?
12.
Yeah, 12.
Yes.
So we would put 12 refineries on each line is the idea. So let's start building out a 12 line and see how many foundations that is.
Okay.
Okay, we're immediately interacting with it with a sand dune. So let's go up one level and then continue doing what we're doing. Actually, I'm curious. So 3, 4. Okay, actually we can do math now. We don't need to actually build it out. So 4 refineries is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 foundations. So 12 refineries is 15 foundations. Did I do that math right?
Yeah, if it's triple, so if you're doing 4 to 12, then and this is, you said 5, it'd be 15.
Perfect.
So 15 foundations would match for 12
Yes.
refineries.
Okay, and then if we went the other way, we for 4 lines of this, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4 times 4 is 16. So actually, yeah, this would be almost this can work out as a square. Fuck yeah, I love how that worked out. All right, all right, all right. So we're gonna go. Let's see. 17 by 17. I think is it.
17 by 17, you say? Okay, let me.
Yeah.
Well, we need to get it a little higher, so let's get rid of this stuff, then we'll restart
Yep.
this.
Yep. 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 Got that. Okay, and let's start foundationing. Oh, I should turn on jetpack instead of the other thing. Okay, so let's see here. This is 10. If you could scoot to the... Oh. Oh, no! Iron! I don't want to block an iron node. I mean, it's impure, but I feel like that'll bite us in the ass later if we go late game.
We're not gonna necessarily need an extra impure iron node. I don't think we're gonna. I don't think it's actually gonna be all that necessary.
You may be right. Yeah, okay. All right. I see your point. What were we at? Hold on.
I feel like you're having a little resentment
10.
in your heart. Just like I respect your opinion even if you don't deserve it.
I've just the only reason why I'm hesitant about it is because in like my first or second playthrough, I accidentally blocked myself by building my factory on top of a node that I later needed, and it resulted in me being like, now I got to go across the map to get this. You're right, we're already across the map. Who the fuck cares?
Yeah.
Moving on. So that's 15. So that's 17. I've got in this direction. So we'll actually need to be 1 level higher than even this one.
Oh, we need to be 1 level higher? Oh, hang on, I'll start deleting.
I've figured out the level over here because this is the highest dune that we will theoretically be interacting with.
So then this right here, the level that arc you just built, that is where we're going to put the base foundation.
Yes. So this will
Okay.
be the base foundation.
Let me start dismantling. Hang on.
And actually, I'm gonna. No, this is gonna be a really massive building, so it'll look funny if we use the thin foundations for all of our levels. So we're gonna use thick foundations this time.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan. Okay. So we're about to have our footprint. I just realized I don't have the frickin' chat open. Nothing's changed. Okay, moving on. Wait, did you just delete? Oh, okay. I was about to jump on it and it was like, it's gone. What? Okay. So we've got a rough outline. So that's 11.
Architecture. We need ladders on the
13,
structure, so I'm gonna
14,
start. I don't have any iron rods. Wow.
16, 17. You shouldn't have emptied your inventory. So
Well, I thought we were gonna be massively transporting it, and by the
that's
time I
11,
realized my
so we
mistake, it
need
was too
6
late. I'll
more.
be back in a minute. I'm gonna go get some things.
Oh, actually, this dune is real close. Ah, fucking Summers Loop. Go away, Summers Loop. I've been thinking of like new sounds to add alerts to. Fuck off, Ada. I've been thinking of adding Ada as one of our sound alerts that people can redeem points for.
I think Ada would be a great choice.
But
Yeah, I think we
like,
brought up the possibility of bringing Ada in before.
creepy Ada.
Oh, you want Somers Loop and Mercer Spheres Ada? No, fuck that.
I think the list will mostly be like friendly Ada, and then occasionally it's just fucking creepy Ada, and nobody knows what's gonna happen when they redeem it. I've also got an idea for the Yip one. There's gonna be a mega Yip.
Oh no. Are we gonna?
It's just gonna have a frickin' echo on it.
Nice. Okay,
Hell
I
yeah.
can live with that, I suppose. Let me see here. We're gonna need? Do you already have power worked out for that area? We have a power tower out there.
Yeah, there's a
right?
power tower right beside it.
Okay, good. I just want to make sure I wasn't bringing other things. So I'm gonna bring in a few stacks of iron rods as well. I'll be back there in just a second. By the way, thank you for setting up a hyper tube. I've been begging for this for ages, and I'm so glad now we don't have to spend 20 minutes getting from point A to point B, and we can just sit and watch an animation.
You know what? That's fair. I don't know. I guess I as much as I like to think I'm fine with change, maybe I don't actually like change as much as I thought I did. Regardless,
I
I've made a square.
I think you just have a very particular way of going about things that works really well for you, and when change comes in, it invites chaos into your system. So I understand your perspective.
Yeah, that's one of my flaws. I'm just like, I'm over here like I have a system. It's functional in its, in its modularity, and I don't want to change it unless there is a great need to. That's my thought process.
I can understand that.
With that said, oh, nice ladder.
Thank you.
It's
I figured this would be a good
off
place to put
center,
it.
but not in a way that that's actually attractive. Hang on.
Do you want to put it like right over here?
I am way too picky. I like to put it like at like the quarter mark of the foundation.
No, go further. Go all the way.
Weird.
What do you mean weird? Hang on, I gotta figure out how many blocks this is.
You know what? This is gonna be a structure that we're never going to really come back to once it's fully functional. So yeah, ladders are the correct choice. We don't need stairs for this. Although it's gonna make things a little bit of a nuisance as we build vertically. So my thought process is, in case it hasn't been fully clear, is this level is going to be all the refineries, and then every level above this is going to be full of fuel generators.
See.
Yeah.
You're one off from the
Excuse me?
No, wait, I'm sorry. No, wait. It's supposed to be it's supposed to be 17 by 17, right?
Yeah.
Let me double check that this is actually, because I think I might have just fucked it up.
If you're counting, use the mass dismantle feature.
That's what I was doing.
This one's 17 this way.
Okay, yeah, the other one's 17. I think it's because I got to this corner here, and then I turned and I just started counting with this.
Yes.
So I should have cleared it. Okay, so it's 17 by 17. Nice.
Yeah.
We already have that set up.
I'm very good at squares. Don't ever make me do a circle.
All these squares make a circle. All these squares make a circle. Don't tell me what to do.
Okay, so the way that we've kind of built this out, we have one foundation of buffer around the edge. So we actually build everything from one foundation in.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
we have room to work around it.
I have a confession to make.
Yeah, what's up?
When I went back to go get those iron rods, I didn't think about it because now I don't have the materials necessary to make a refinery.
I see.
So I will be right back. I'm gonna get some more copper sheets and some reinforced
Hey,
I-beams.
hold up before you go back.
Uh-huh.
Let's make a temporary
Ah,
platform where we can put our industrial storage containers, and you can shove all your shit in there rather than having to
that's a good
run
idea.
back and forth and constantly leave your shit where you shouldn't be.
Now
Um,
I did bring materials for that. I see
Excellent.
you've already constructed them.
I already had the materials on me. I don't know why you grabbed materials for it.
I grabbed materials because I wasn't sure if you had the materials. We didn't
Okay.
communicate.
Uh, Apparently.
Yeah,
There.
I'm just gonna dump everything I have in here except for like my pocket trash.
And one over. Wait. What? That doesn't line up with the edge? The fuck? Game.
All
What?
right, now I'm gonna go. Do you want me to start mass bringing things over from the storage containers?
Uh, no, just bring what we need. We'll be doing multiple trips anyways. And so it's just better if we only take what we need, and then we do our shit, and then we go and get more stuff. And when we go to get more stuff, we grab as much as we can and come back. That sort of thing. It's just more efficient that way.
I see. Well, I'm okay. I put it on my to-do list for a refinery because I don't feel like messing around on that today. I think I'm in a weird zone in my life right now, or at least not my
Oh yeah.
life, in my gym jams, where I don't feel any of the usual chaos of ADHD, but I'm also really burnt out from work. So I'm hyper focused and hyper productive with
Oh,
none of the energy needed to be a hyper productive person.
I don't. How does that work?
It's easy. I understand what you're talking about and able to follow instructions, but I just have this great social decline that's going to be happening over the course of 2 hours.
Oh,
I'll
all
be a
right.
bubbling, incoherent mess by the end of it. It'll be great.
Uh, well, you know what? That's fine.
Yeah,
Um, okay, so we're gonna
I'm sure it'll
need.
be fine.
Yeah, probably. Okay, so that is output, and this. No, that's output. Shit. Um, okay. So then we need to take this refinery. I think since we're gonna have 2 lines of 4. We go output on this side. And we're gonna go with a pipeline. We could go Mark II. I mean, we have the plastic stockpile. It's just slightly inconvenient to get to.
Would you like me to get some more things while I'm out? I mean, I don't
No,
mind going to
no,
go.
no. The pipes are not terribly meaningful at the present moment. Just kind of trying to lay out the exact spacing here because we can fit 4 lines of conveyor or 4 lines of refineries onto a 15 by 15 space. I'm sure we can.
All right, but if you need milk, I can go get milk.
No,
It's
it's
not.
fine. It's fine. I'll live with the frickin' almond milk.
What's wrong with almond milk?
I just was thinking of, I'm trying to think of something that somebody would be like only slightly like inconvenienced by.
Oh, I see.
Okay, that's a good line. All right, which means we can then toss a junction right here. Yes. Yes. This is good. Yes. And then we
Whoa.
go. I wish I could zoop buildings. Can I zoop buildings? I can't zoop buildings.
I think that's what the blueprint's for.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Do you want to see if I can
8,
make a blueprint of
9.
two of them next to each other?
That is really not worth it. All
That's
right.
true. I
Well,
don't think I can
I'm
do
out of
4.
refinery parts, so I guess I'm gonna be waiting a little bit on you. Meanwhile, I'll
Okay.
just start figuring out the spacing on the opposite side. So it's going to be...
I'm just trying to figure out where your encased industrial beams, where we stored them. I think that's second floor, but on the second floor sign, it doesn't say it.
Encased
But
industrial beams? Yeah, it's second floor.
I see it now. There it is. Okay. It's not on the list, so that's why I was confused. But it's probably on the
Oh.
downstairs list.
Weird.
Okay. I've got tons of shit I'm carrying, so I'm gonna make my way back over to the warp pipe.
Awesome.
Secret level 8 warp pipe. World
Uh,
8 warp pipe.
gonna go
Uh,
splitter here.
that's not a good name for it. I don't know what to call this thing besides a human cannon.
Ah, yes, the human cannon.
It has to be said in the next one. Yes, the human cannon. Yeah.
Okay, so we technically have 3? Hold on, how much compacted coal are we bringing? Because that's another factor. 720 units per minute, which means that that can actually fit on 2 Mark IV conveyor belts. So this is actually going to work out real phenomenally, I think. Let's see. Hold on. Double check my math there. Because, yeah, 480 times 2 is 960. So, yes, 2 Mark II conveyor belts will work for that. So we can combine some shit here. Yes.
All right, I'm gonna start transferring things over.
Okay.
Cool. If you look inside this industrial container, you will find everything we need to create some different stuff. I'm gonna grab some of it back
All right.
now that I've put a lot in there. And I'll try my best to help you get started. Let me see here.
Okay, it's going to need to be free high. Otherwise...
I didn't grab the materials necessary for the other stuff, but I can definitely get started on this.
Good. Good. Okay, that's
We're
not
just gonna build it right next to each other like this,
perfect.
right?
Yeah, those are going straight next to each other. Exactly.
Cool. That's what I want.
That's
now.
backwards, though.
Ah.
Yeah. Here, you know what? Just because it's going to be easier to work with. Oh, no, it won't be easier because I can't stack these things. Ass! Honestly speaking, I think the worst part of this game currently is these T-junctions for the pipes. They are so unrefined. It is the worst. Like, you can't stack them on top of each other to get, like, additional height, so the only way to actually change their height off of a foundation is to temporarily build more foundations. It's god-awful. Horrible. Don't like it.
Very vocal about this problem.
It's a big problem. Oh.
I think so.
Actually, hold on. Is this gonna work? Oh, now I need to figure out where the... Okay, hold on. This is a one-time construction, so presumably... that's in the wrong place. Presumably, if we make this look nice, we won't ever have to do... Fuck, that's in the wrong place, too. Have to do it again.
What's wrong?
I'm just figuring out... There we go. That's in the right place. Okay. So now, I'm figuring out a formula to build the rest of these from. Is kind of the idea that I'm going for right now. So that actually looks really nice. I like that. Okay. That's very fetch. So
This is 11 12 this far.
Okay. Yeah, 12
So
is
we were
the
doing
number
lines
we
of
wanted.
12.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. There should be basically exactly one foundation left over at the end. Yes.
There
perfectly.
is. It looks perfect. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So I'm figuring out the spacing that we'll be able to put between them. So once I have this figured out, then we can do the rest. But if you want, on the other side, start figuring out or start placing those pipeline junctions and piping everything together.
Okay. So just like you have it like this. Okay.
Wait, where are you at?
Oh wait, you want it on
Other
the
side. I'm
input
still
side.
figuring out that side. Yeah, this side. It should be super straightforward. Just pipe them all
Oh,
together
okay.
into one pipe.
Gotcha.
It should work out with the Mark 1. Because turbo fuel, we're only going to be producing 18.75 per minute for from one of them.
I
And 12 of those should be less than 300.
I have them all backwards. I'll be right. I'll need to fix this.
Oh, nuts.
I thought I fixed it. I looked at it. I didn't. I realized now when I middle click it, it doesn't save your orientation. I still have to adjust
Oh,
the
yeah, yeah,
orientation.
yeah. Yeah, exactly.
So
Exactly.
I did not know that.
It's a mild nuisance. So I think this will work. And then we toss one of these on this side? Like that? Hold on. Yeah, like that. No, not like that. Fuck. Right, because if you're flip-flopping them, then the inputs change direction. That's not cool. And I could just like... No, those are way too close to each other. Shit! Okay. Okay.
Do we wanna fix it again?
Hold on. I'm just figuring out a solution. That's all this is. It's figuring out solutions. So what I could instead do is I could take this, I rotate it so that the output is on this side now, and we do it 3 layers total, maybe? Or do we just bite the bullet? It'll be a lot easier if we set up a conveyor layer, I think. And so I think we might need to move all this up 2 levels to add a conveyor layer underneath.
All right, I'll get started on
Hold
it.
on, hold on. Before you do that, just let me do a quick sanity check here. So if that were to go there, and then this were to go here, that should allow the pipes to be connected properly, yes. And then that means that we could then toss a lift hole right here. And it also means that none of these would be necessary because those would be underneath as well. So then we would put a hole right here. And I think the space would work itself out. Now, let's just validate that we actually do have enough space here. Hold on. So this would go on this side. Or do we... We can compact this further. Hang on, we can compact this further. Do we need to? I don't know. We're gonna find out. So if we... Because, yeah, this is now the input side again. So we can go... Hold on, H, right. 1, 2, 3. Right there. And now we should be able to put this pipeline hole right here with a Mark 1. Oh, not there. It'll now go here. Like this.
Could we move this hole a little bit to the left, like so it's not touching this?
You know
I don't
what?
know how to,
You know what?
I don't know how to ping.
I think you might be right. Just hang on.
I forgot to ping already. Wow.
Yeah, you know what? No, fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it. We're just gonna do it. We're gonna do these so they're all oriented the exact same way. It will be like this, and then if we go like that, we can orient this like this. Yes. And then we go one more. No, I fucked that up. God damn it. This way. So like that. And then one more. This one will go like where? Here. Oh, we've got lots of space. Okay. Oh, that's really good. That's actually really good. Then we don't need a pipe. We don't need a conveyor layer, because
Nice.
I just need to figure out the exact spacing here. But I think we will be perfectly fine. What that means is that this is going to be an input, so it's going to require a splitter here. Right? Yeah, right there. Not in that direction though. Like that, I guess. We can reorganize those later. And then we're gonna toss a pipe junction over basically here, but we need to toss a foundation down first. Just one. Just one game. Just one. There we go. Okay. And then that's the center point. That goes there. Yeah, that's lined up correctly. Okay. Nope. No, it doesn't go on the center point. It goes. Man, I wish I could make this whole thing symmetrical. We can. We can make it symmetrical. Don't. Just hold on to your hats.
Okay. I've got both hands on my head. What now?
I did not think this far through.
Okay.
Okay, so this is gonna be lined
Where's
up.
my? I should put my hard hat on. Hang on.
Are your headphones going to work with that?
We'll find out together. Hang on. It's not my white hat anymore because I'm not a supervisor person anymore. Hang on.
Oh wait, yeah, they made you give your hard hat back?
White hat specifically, I had to. I got to keep my blue technician hat, and I also.
That sucks. I own like 3 hard hats.
I own 2.
One of them white from when I was working for the city. So I
That's super
could
cool.
technically impersonate the city official if I wanted to.
Yeah, no. The reason I had to get mine back was for like a security thing because it had the company logo on it and everything.
Yep. Mine has the city logo on it.
Hang on, let me see if I can put this on. 1 second.
I mean, this is something that all of you will just have to experience through audio. It's gonna be great.
Okay, I've got it on. Can you hear me?
I mean, yeah, we can hear you.
I can kind of hear you too, but my headphones barely fit on the back of this thing. So if I pick my head up, my headphones start kind of sliding. Let me see if I can secure them somehow. No, there's not really a good way to do it. It was a fun idea, but maybe if I find my blue hat,
Wait, is that
it'll
the
be
output?
easier.
Did I fuck this up?
Unless I threw that away, in which case I only have 1 heart.
Oh yeah, that's the output. Okay, so
You know what? It might be the case that this is my only remaining hard hat.
Oh no.
Yeah, no, but I'm so sad. I was very salty about that job.
Oh yeah.
They were actually because I was gonna become like a data analyst in terms of QA, and
Oh.
my job was to basically be a full-on efficiency person, where it's like, okay, well, what do we need to prepare for? What's the thing we need to work on?
Oh, okay.
And part of the job was also reading scientific articles to keep up to date on food industry updates, the British Retail Consortium, and all that jazz.
Wow.
I was like, man, this sounds like my gym jams. I love this. And I was going to get a salary. It was going to be so cool. And then they liquidated the fucking position right after the other person left. And when they were training me to take over for them, they just liquidated the position.
Oh boy, it sucks to be liquidated.
Yeah, no, and I don't like being Coca-Cola. It's not great.
9. Hang on. 17 divides into 8 plus 1, so this is the center point. Okay. I'm gonna quickly recolor this. So.
Okay, so yeah, we'll color both of these.
Or no, I'll just throw a pattern on it. Here, arrow. That works. Okay, so that's the center point. The arrow is the center point, not the lines.
The arrow is the center.
Not
okay.
any line. Yeah. Okay, so if that's the center point, then that means that if I were to... It's just a matter of spacing it out. So if that's... No, the other way. this goes this way. So if I were to do something like this, how much space would we have on the other end? Oh, tons of space. Wow. Okay, this is great. This is really good. So what this means is I could, yeah, okay, no conveyor layer necessary. So this is our setup. We need to get the refineries fully lined up if you wanted to take care of that. And I'm gonna figure out exactly the spacing of these of this shit next.
No worries. So, okay, so inputs from the left and then outputs on the right for this one.
Yeah. So basically, in between each row of refineries is going to be either an input or an output on both sides. So input on both sides or output on both sides. So
I see what you're saying.
I'm figuring out the output stuff first, but this should be actually the easiest part. Yeah, this is the easiest part. Okay, perfect. Yeah, that is super easy. Okay, good, good, good. So we can then toss a pipeline there, come on, snap properly. Okay. Yes, this is
I ran out of
hot.
material.
I love this. Alternatively, we could instead go like this. Ooh, that's kind of sick too. Sick nasty. Hold on, there's a third option. The funny thing is I was just talking about how like nobody's gonna see this once we're completed it, but you know what? I'll know that it exists, and that's the only reason to do anything at at such a high level of precision, right?
Yeah, fair. Oh, fuck.
Language?
When did
This
they
is
get
a
turned
Christian
around?
stream. What?
What? No, it is. What?
What do you
When
mean?
did this get turned around? This is
What got turned around? Hold up.
the refineries.
Those are all the right
No.
direction.
Oh.
Yes.
I was so confused. I was looking at the top of them because the top of the correct way is green, isn't it? The top of the output's green, right?
So it's not just the top, it's the sides too. The 3 lines is the input. The arrow-looking thing is the output.
Yeah, but that means these inputs are facing each other.
Yes.
And they shouldn't. Oh wait, so that's okay for this side.
Yes.
Okay, so I see what you're saying now. Okay. All right. I was confused.
This will make the way that the tubes and everything are going into the factory a little bit nicer to look at.
I understand. Okay, so then the outputs are both going to be on this side, like you have it set up here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, this is Perfectionism, the simulator.
I don't think this game is good for your mental health.
What do you mean? I'm totally healthy.
We're debating the positioning of asphalt.
Not just asphalt, digital asphalt.
I guess asphalt would have a lot of bearing in the real world in a logistical sense, but this is digital asphalt.
Asphalt, not so much.
Yeah, asphalt.
Concrete is far more important than asphalt.
Well, I don't know about that.
Do you understand the difference?
Of course I understand the difference. Like, fucking asphalt is like roads and such, where it's like it's the black substance that also paves the way for, especially for things like parking lots and also for roadways that factories use. Whereas a sidewalk is literally a sidewalk.
Yeah.
And concrete and such is what makes up sidewalks for personnel.
Well,
but
yes, if we're talking just roads and walkways, then they are equally important. But concrete also has an incredibly good structural use in parking garages and high rises.
Well, yeah, no. I'm not talking about the overall. I was talking strictly in this management.
Oh, okay.
Sort of sense, because like if we're pretending we're 2 factory workers here for a minute, not even 2 factory workers, 2 factory layout design managers trying
we're engineers at this point. Like, fuck it.
Yeah, we are in.
What we're
Yes.
doing should be a desk job, and we shouldn't have to deal with this shit.
Y- We'll see the factory floor maybe once.
Exactly.
Uh,
Okay. You know what? Honestly, the ends might actually change position even still. But the way that this is, I like this center line perfectly. The pipe in the middle is going to need to go to Mark II, though. So I'm actually going to upgrade that real quick.
okay.
Because it's going to be moving basically 450 meters cubed per second, or per minute of fluid. So that is now perfect. That can go in either direction, so we don't have to decide which direction that goes in yet. So then it's the... Oh, hey, Nathan.
Hey, welcome.
Hi. So then this part, we need it spaced out just enough so that the splitters don't run any sort of interference. That's the question. So
Okay.
is this enough space? Fucking no, it's not. No way in hell. How's this? I think that's too much space. Hold on, let's see. Conveyor belts. That might actually be perfect.
You could squish it a little over.
Yeah, I'm
I
moving
think.
it just a little bit over. I hate that splitters are at the bottom of the list. I wish I could reorganize. No. Okay, so that's hold on. Actually, since we already centered stuff, get that out. What you doing?
I was gonna put it for you so that way you didn't have to go through the list again.
I mean that's probably less. I mean, thanks.
Yeah, you were just complaining about the thing. I wanted to support you there.
You're right. I was wrong there. That's my bad. Okay, so if we go this here, because it's nice and centered, that way both sides get a nice little curve. Aw, yeah.
Soft curve.
And then the pipes go on top of it, which is not something easy to accomplish, I'll just say. But they don't need to be perfect. Or do they?
I need to go grab the cable out of my
Okay, so that's the method, and it's already spaced out perfectly for that, apparently. So next is foundation. No, not that foundation. Excuse me. This one. That. I think this is the way that it's gonna work. Give me a sec. I'm formulating a plan.
Are we? So we're gonna drag this end back, I think, right?
End? What?
We're gonna drag this. How do you ping again? What's the ping button?
Alt.
Alt. Okay.
Alt and left click.
We're gonna drag this end back towards this way, yeah?
No, actually, we won't need to. I know those foundations don't perfectly line up. That's not an issue right now.
Okay.
What we're focusing on is because that's not going to be possible with the way that we currently have everything laid out. Okay, so this should work, and then if I toss the splitter underneath of that, is that where it goes? No, that's not where it goes. Where's it go? I could just add these things to my hotbar. I recognize that that's an option. I'm just not doing it. Yeah, I like this. It's clipping slightly, but the alternative is a lot more work. You're making sure that those are centered with the building, not with the slots, right? Yeah, you are.
Yes.
That's beautiful. Well done. Okay. This is going to be the most interesting weave of conveyor belts and tubes. Yeah, I love this. This is kind of like beautiful in its own delicious way. Look at this. It's so good.
It is kind of beautiful, isn't it?
I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, now we just need to implement this. So this needs to be done twice. Once on this side, once on the other side of the factory, of the power tower. The tower of power, if you will. Also, I definitely recommend switching to your jetpack if you have not already.
Jetpack is back at base.
All right.
I'm going commando in terms of
Going commando means wearing a parachute.
yeah.
I mean, it's more like going paratrooper, but you know, whatever you want to do.
Commando, yeah. That's what a paratrooper is.
Is that the? I don't know the specific definition, so I'll take your word for it.
Don't take my word for it. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay. This is good because the part that could need to be switched in directionality is the one on the bottom. So that's perfect. I like this.
I see.
So we're saving ourselves grief in like 30 minutes when we have to rotate all the shit around. We still need to pipe all of the compacted coal over here.
Oh. You mean the compacted coal that's like really far down south? Compacted coal?
Well, what do you mean really far down south?
Where's that? Where's our compacted coal area? Where do we
There's 2 lines to the north. No, 2 lines to the east and 1 line to the north.
Oh, I remember now.
Yeah, they're not
I couldn't
actually that
remember where
far,
we
and I
put it.
think we've already piped one most of the way. We might have just piped it slightly to the wrong location.
Yeah. I do believe that's what happened, yeah.
Yeah, or most of the way. Either way, we can do that once we have this side, all this sort of worked out, because that's minor at this point. Oh, this T-junction is in the wrong place. That's fine. I got it.
Oh, which T-junction?
Just one on this side. Don't worry about it.
I got you. Oh, I see what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me finish setting these up.
Well, let's work on different sections of the factory just to just so that we're not stepping on each other's toes.
Yeah, I can't. Oh, sweet. Are you putting them where? Oh, you're just lining up with the entry. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, on this side, the entry, because it's such a short distance.
Let's steal that for a minute. Borrow it, I should say. And then we just want another line, same across on the other side, right? Near these inputs, we just want a bunch of T pipes.
Which side are you looking at?
The input side on the far side.
That should be output side.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, the output side, we're going to do the exact same as we just did on that middle section, where there's like a weave of conveyor belts and, or, no. Yeah, no, the output side should be the single pipe. The input side should be the weave of conveyor belts and pipes.
I see. Oh wait, we need to finish one of the lines of refineries, I think. I see.
Yes, we do.
Hang on. Okay.
I'm going to leave those unfinished because that doesn't matter terribly much. And then this one's already done. Hot damn. This is going to be another weave. So we're going to need to get that sorted. Foundation. Oh, that sucks that work's overwhelming.
Yeah, overwhelming work kind of does really suck. I hope that it does. I hope that at the very least they give you places where you don't have to be surrounded by noise and chaos.
Oh, yeah, break rooms.
Yeah.
Yeah. T-junction. There. Here, let me get on top so I can have a better view. There. No, not there. There. Yes. There. Oh, hey,
Huh?
thanks for the subscription.
Oh, thank you.
Really appreciate that. Hope you enjoy the stream. Or whatever.
Your oh wait, I fucking built it the wrong way. Your support. Hang on, I have to read the thing. Hang on. Your support helps put a hungry child through college,
Child?
namely, kobold children.
Oh.
Specifically kobold. I have to say that it's specifically kobolds.
I don't know why you're saying that like they would assume otherwise.
You never know. They might assume it's human children, and then we have to do that.
But the human children don't need help. They've got, I don't know, student loans?
Yeah, I hear that's all the rage. But thanks to your support, no, wait. No, we don't have to put... Only the bards go to college. With your support, we can help connect kobolds to dragons in a loving and supporting way and prevent mismanagement.
You're reading just all of this from a single piece of paper? Just like...
It's actually a set of cards.
Oh.
I have to read them from the cards. It's,
Got it.
if I deviate from any way, they said that I could be liable for...
It's actually a teleprompter. Yes. On this stream that we don't have any cameras, we have a teleprompter.
Yes.
Can I just say, by the way that teleprompters work is really cool. Oh.
I'm not familiar with the,
Well, there's a number of reasons why it's cool. First of all, a large portion of them these days, they have like voice recognition on them so that they automatically scroll just based on your voice. There's nobody that needs to do it, although they usually have somebody that just is keeping an eye on it anyways. But on top of that, it's basically like if you took the camera and then you added like a 45-degree angled piece of glass in front of it and put like a like an iPad or something on the bottom of like underneath it, so that the screen bounces up and towards the actor or whoever, but it's not visible to the camera. It's really cool. Just like physics.
Interesting. Physics. Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah, with a PH. Okay. Oh, okay, you're doing that? All right. Don't bother putting the conveyor belts to the factories just yet. Just get those in place and make sure that the directionality is correct.
Already on it.
Yeah, all right. Okay, and then
I feel like I'm playing RimWorld more than I'm playing Satisfactory right now.
Really? I feel
Yeah,
like
I feel
RimWorld's
like
a very different game than this.
I messed that one up. Hang on. Where is that? Well, yeah, no, it's a very different game for sure, but I'm getting the same neuron feeling. I'm getting the same mind feel.
Oh, yeah.
Right now.
I'm a huge fan of RimWorld. It's one of my, favorite like all-time most played games. Only reason I don't play it very much recently is because the gameplay loop has kind of gotten stale for me. Like the sort of quote unquote end game parts of the game are actually not that entertaining to me. And so once I've kind of got like a base quote unquote set up, or even two, I'm just like, cool, I just sit here and wait for combat to happen. Like,
just waiting for the bodies to approach.
Because the game, unless you mod it or like start forcing through console commands more people to join your colony, like the game limits how many people can actually be available to join your colony. So it never gets bigger than a certain point. And so what that means is that once you get to a certain point, you're basically just like waiting for the game to give you hardship, and that feels weird to me, just a little bit. It's like, cool, well, game, fuck me or whatever. Like, Like there's, I don't have anything else to do. Except just like wait for you to send some combat at me. So at that point, it becomes just like a combat simulator. Which, to be fair, it's a really good combat simulator. Like I am shocked at how good the combat feels in that game. It's like it's got a sort of similar feel as what is that top-down shooter that is highly tactical, like turn-based?
XCOM.
Yeah, exactly. It has a sort of feel to that, but it's actually real time, and so you can actually like set up some really diabolical like kill rooms and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Do the hey, do the end pipes like these ones over there
Huh?
or over here?
Oh,
Do they need to be Mark IIs?
no, they don't.
Okay.
The ones in the center are our inputs. So they're taking basically 2 lines of 2 pipes worth of fluids. This one here needs to be Mark II because it's also 2 lines, but the ones on the ends are only 1 line, so they don't
I
need
see
to
what you're saying.
they don't need to be Mark IIs.
All right. So then, do you want me to just try to start feeding up some of these lines? Like I can feed one pipe per. I can feed one right
This is
here.
output.
Oh, this is output. Oh, never
Yeah,
mind.
yeah. So here is where it's inputting, and then the one over here.
I see what you're saying.
I should be using.
Give me 1 second. I'll make a hole.
Okay. Good thing is
Where's
even
the
with
hole?
stuff this thick, the holes work. So that's good.
Right.
Let's try and avoid getting into that like boundary foundation layer.
Avoid getting into the boundary foundation. Like so, not right here.
No, no. Keep it past this line. Yeah, if you can manage it. What that
Let's see
probably
how it
means is
looks.
that
Hang on.
yeah, that should be fine. It's gonna block the conveyor belt if it comes in on this side, but we can work around that.
Can I get some plastic?
Plastic?
Yeah, I
Oh.
need to mark II this.
Yeah.
Unless.
Plastic. There you go.
Nice.
Run the pipes over from the fuel lines over as Mark 1s, and then just combine them right before they go up and into the thing.
So, okay, I see what you're saying. So
Yeah.
combine. So, okay, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Also, I'll admit I don't believe it will matter which of these pipes. Like each of these pipes should be balanced. I think. We'll find out in practice, but I'm reasonably sure that you can just take any two, combine them together, and any two and combine them together. It's not going to matter as much. Even though we know that one of them should theoretically be at 240, not 300, but I don't think the balancing should fix that. I think.
We'll figure it out. It's not going to be that big of a deal. So just combine them at the end into a Mark II pipe. Got it. Head lift should be fine, right? The head water tower is taller than this.
I don't know. But there is a hump in the line that is higher than these pipes, so presumably yes, we should be fine.
Okay.
It's very hard to tell exactly how tall the water tower is when we're passing such a great distance with so many dips and hills. Okay, I'm gonna start working on getting the compacted coal over here. So that's gonna need to be Mark III conveyor belts, which I do have a fair number of steel beams for. Did you grab all the resources that are in these industrial storage containers from the other industrial storage containers?
No, I pulled them from the lines themselves.
Oh,
I didn't want to
okay.
mess with your stuff.
Well, those industrial storage containers are for this project.
Oh, okay. Well, that's unfortunate.
That's fine. It's cool. I just pulled all of the steel beams from them though, so just bear that in mind. I gotta go find where we ran those conveyor belts to. Oh, I found them. There they are.
Nice.
So
Damn it, that still looks like it's not right. Hang on.
Wait, are they? Okay, so they're running north of the okay, so yeah, all the conveyor belts are going to come in from the north side of that platform. So we're going to need to rotate all of those splitters so that they're facing the other direction. But I'll start running these conveyor belts next. Kind of wish we could just run a conveyor belt and... Yeah, it doesn't let you use a stackable conveyor pole rather than... I don't think. Control does something else.
Hang on. How do I do this? I want to do it so that way it doesn't look like shit. I don't think there's a great way to do that. So I'm trying to figure out a way though. I'm trying.
Oh yeah.
Giving it some real thought.
Right angles are our friends.
Yeah, it's...
Hang on, you know what I
Let
wanna
me...
do?
Well, it's just a shame because the pipes are coming in at like a 30-degree angle to the orientation of the factory. So what I'll do is, you know what? Here's what I'll do.
You can start flattening them out into 2 pairs if you want to. Like
Yeah,
split them
that's what
off.
I'm thinking. So what I'll do is I will I'm not sure what I'm not I think Amazon's just probably Satan Incorporated, but yeah. Yeah, actually I don't have a follow-up to that.
Partially, yeah, but I mean, I would presume that they would be following regulations. So then the real question is, what are the regulations? Because I worked in a factory, like a full-on automotive factory, and they were required because of the high volume, like nature of the floor. The employee room had to be of a certain soundproofing level, so that people were not required to wear earplugs and all that. Mind you, I suppose we're probably talking about 2 different levels of grading, but that's the sort of thing I'm thinking of, at least at the moment.
Well, it's just like no, I with the thing about factories and stuff like that, it just the thing about it is it feels like they're trying to put the regulations in order to make cost preventative cuts in and oftentimes it feels like when they could have just added those features in anyway, it would have been much better. Like the thing you said about the earplugs, like I understand they have to have a certain level of sound in order to not have to pay for earplugs, which is overhead for a factory, of course. But
Well,
wouldn't it still be...
they're already paying for earplugs. Like that's the thing, though.
Oh,
It is we were provided earplugs and like safety gloves and all that stuff for while we were on the factory floor. But it was not. We should not be required to continue wearing those earplugs while we're in the break room. That's the big thing.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah. Though I'm pretty sure the whole floor kind of took its lunch break all at once, so that was also sort of a non-issue. But whatever. Honestly speaking, I realize that a lot of people do find factory work relatively fulfilling. My stepbrother is works in an automotive like assembly factory, not even just like parts, but actually like putting together major components for the engines and shit. So that's kind of cool. But at the same time, I have some significant issues with factory work that make it so that it's effectively not psychologically possible for me. Primarily the amount of noise means that you can't have conversation while you're working, but also so it's a very lonely job, despite you being surrounded by other people doing the same job, and then on top of that, you're also incredibly isolated, not just lonely, but isolated with your own thoughts because you're wearing earplugs, so like you have your own like thinking is almost amplified to yourself. It's really weird.
It's rough.
I was not a huge fan myself, but you know what? I don't blame anybody who actually feels satisfied in their current like factory job or whatever. Like that is totally honorable. It's like it's a good job to have, It's just it's not
It's
not
not
my
for everyone.
yeah, it's not for me. Okay, so I've got those conveyor belts over here. We're not going to be able to pipe them up underneath the factory, so they are going to have to go over the lip, which is slightly nuisance-y. And then, how am I doing? I still have lots of resources, so I'm going to head over to the other compacted coal and deal with that.
I see.
Yeah. Hey, if you can manage it, even try and get right angles on your transition from, like, floor to ceiling. That'd be really awesome. Vertical lines are really cool.
Yeah, I should
Yeah,
probably
just
just
run
do
those pipes
this.
along the ceiling rather than along the sand.
That's fine. Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm just gonna go back and fix this. I
Yeah.
was thinking, it's like, I can, yeah, I'll just do it straight up, and then I think that'd look a little better,
Uh-huh.
honestly. Because I was trying to manage it. I was like, how do I make this look not like shit?
If you also I'm just looking at your view a little bit. If you also toss those T junctions up on the ceiling, that should hide
Uh,
some of the mess that they cause.
yeah, let me fix that. I think that's a better idea, honestly. I was looking at it for a while, going cross-eyed, so this is a smarter idea, I think.
Don't go cross-eyed.
It's too late for me.
Here, I can actually trash these and that, just so I can rotate this around. By the way, our power system is going to be throttled until we, like in the bad way, not in like the, car throttle, way, because up until we actually get those generators online, because we are definitely beyond capacity with all of these refineries.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie. We're probably gonna. Oh, we might actually break our power system before
Well,
we get this running.
thankfully that we have that fuse system in place, so we're not going to break anything. All that's going to happen is, and it's already happened actually. Our actual like assembly lines are fully shut off. The only stuff that's currently running right now is the essentials, which means that we are not even like producing. I mean, I guess we're producing concrete because that line is not have a fuse on it, but we're not producing like iron plates and shit right now.
I see. Well, you've got hookups for both lines, so now they're both running in.
Good. Make sure it's marked
So
to, yep, on the
they
transition
are.
as well. Perfect. Okay, if you could, while I'm piping the compacted coal over, if you could rotate all of those splitters 180 degrees so that they're coming in from the other way. That's why we didn't
Oh,
put conveyor belts on them yet.
I see. I can do
And
that.
Mark 4 conveyor belts between them, but you can do Mark 1 from the splitter to the refineries. Or,
I see. Hang on. Let
yeah,
me.
that's kind of what's available, I think. Okay. Autosave.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, hang on 1 sec. Fix this, and then we're gonna do this. But then we want. Okay. Cool. Okay, I can do that. That shouldn't be a problem.
Perfect. We'll go around it this way. Yeah, mandatory overtime's not cool.
Mandatory overtime's disgusting.
I thankfully at my workplace, I'm not sure if it's because of government requirements or if it's just them being great. To be fair, the workplace is run by great people. It's just for a company that's not especially well received. Even still, like, it's a nice place to work for the most part. Like, it doesn't have any of the problems that other workplaces have, like, actual, like, breaking the law and shit, right? But I will say that, for the majority of last year, we were also doing, like, mandatory, like, extra time. It wasn't overtime. They were keeping us just below overtime, but instead of working 40 hours a week like we were supposed to be, we were working 44. And that was just enough to put enough strain on me to where I was like, yeah, I need to take fairly regular vacations. This is not cool.
But it's not so not cool that they kept you just under overtime because they're just trying to avoid what the
Well,
penalties or associated pay upgrades they have to give to you because to
it's
manage your
not it's
overtime.
not that malicious. It's not. It's that we have. I think our contract for that particular position, or the like whatever, like well to be fair, like they really don't have any functional way to benefit from us working overtime, because we only provide like we provide support to businesses, and that inherently means that since we only work across North America, there's certain time zones that we're supporting, and so we can only really work during certain hours of the day. Like, businesses are not capable of taking our calls, or like, receiving the support that we can provide outside of their regular business hours.
Oh, true, but it's still it to me it just still rings scummy that they was it like just on the line.
Well, that's their standard process. Is they do it so that nobody has to work overtime. Um, like, they could have had a small like subsection of the people working overtime hours, but like really they didn't. There was no point. The actual like work hours where the managers are in, which to be fair they have to be in order for us to work, um, due to security reasons and other things. Like, they're only there from like 9 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. And so, like, if you were going to work overtime, like, you would only get like an extra hour of work out of the employees, and it's not terribly meaningful at that point. The only reason that we were working more hours than usual is because we have a contract with the company that we're supporting, to provide a certain number of man hours each day, and I guess a lot of people were taking sick days or something.
I
That's
see.
that's the explanation they gave us, but realistically, it's more like they need to hire people. Is the problem? That they just weren't solving. It was really frustrating though to go like 5 months on like extra overtime or extra time, and it's like, at what point does this become normal? Because I'm not exactly okay with this.
Yeah, and see that's the problem. It's like training, and this is something that I've learned. Training is one of the most expensive things that a business could
Yeah.
do.
Especially for a company that does have to train people for 6 weeks or more without them actually providing any sort of monetary benefit to the company.
I think we should normalize better. Well, first off, we should normalize better working conditions and sort of if really try to figure out why people have high turn-on policies or high turnaround rates, and especially in things like call centers
Mm-hmm.
or like because I worked in a call center for a long time. I did technical support for a an app that allowed truck drivers to track their loads as they were delivering them. That
Mm-hmm.
was a huge part of the thing because they needed to be able to show the routes they took to be reimbursed for gas, and also they needed to show that they were delivering on time so we could keep up to date information with the customer. So my
Right.
job was to help provide technical support with that. And the reason that that job had an incredibly high turnover rate, and the reason that I was one of the few people who like walked out all at the same time because we were sick of it, was because we could never say no to people. We had to be people could say whatever they wanted to us, and then basically we didn't have any reprisal.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
Yeah, that's
we
bullshit.
in the company, yeah, no, we couldn't say anything back. We couldn't just be like, um, no, we're not allowed to basically be frustrated with the person. If it gets to the point where it's like they're outright being verbally abusive, we have a way where we can talk to one of the leads and say, "Hey, can you take this? This person's being incredibly verbally abusive." But if you try to do that, the lead will try to talk you out of it.
Mm,
which
mm.
means that the system isn't there for your benefit. It's there for the companies in case you just need like it's beyond your controlling.
Right, right.
Um,
I
wait,
Yeah, we got 6 weeks of in class training, and then an additional like month of where we were working full time, but we also were receiving like additional regular weekly training, and we were also getting like support on the job. Yeah, it it's a really well managed company. Like that's why as much as I'm not 100% supportive of them. I have to admit that being an employee there has been one of the best, just like on paper experiences I've ever had as an employee. Sorry,
my
you were saying something.
no, no, just to kind of follow up on that point, my experience with that company, who I will not name because I don't
Mm-hmm.
want to. But I wanted to become someone who goes to workplaces to try to advise on why their turnover rates are so high, just so I could advocate the idea of your customer is not always right. Your customer needs, like, if your customer is frustrated and angry, there's reasonable, you know, places where that can go. It's like, hey, you're frustrated, and that's just part of the tone of your voice. We understand that. We're here to help. And then by the end of the call, they're happier, or at the very least, they're neutral. It's like, oh yeah, good, my problem solved, everything's working cool. And that would happen most of the time. But what ended up happening was a larger than average amount of people would just continue being angry or continue yelling and being very belligerent, and
Mm-hmm.
then that causes tons of mental strain. And there's no if you want people to stick around, they have to be able to say, "Hey, you can call back in 20 minutes when you're ready to talk like an adult."
Yep.
um,
Yeah, exactly.
and if you don't have that protection for people, then no one's going to want to work in your call center. It doesn't matter how good your customers are; you won't have the infrastructure to make it last.
Exactly. Yeah, that is incredibly important. Before I was in my current role, where I currently provide, ex, ex, expert, advice on how to advertise on a particular online platform. Um, we Before I was doing that, I was providing what the a different type of support to the same customers, which was more of a technical oriented, or like a you know uh, troubleshooting slash helpline. So it wasn't strategic; it was reactive support, right? Um,
I see.
and the big difference there was that instead of people being happy or wanting to talk to me when they call, they were very unhappy, and I had to make them happy, right?
Yeah.
Now that does result in a number of situations that were very similar to what you're describing. Thankfully, my company handles those sorts of situations quite well. We have a very we had that division is no longer around, which is why I had to switch to a different role. But the the way that was worked out was basically the moment they start swearing at you, insulting you, like you specifically, not the company, or basically like uh, you know harassing you as an individual, which, to be fair, I'm glad that this is a thing, because it's certainly illegal to be harassed in your workplace here in Canada. But yeah, as soon as that happened, like we gave them a single warning, and then if they continued it, like we had full permission to call it there, basically, and just tell them, hey, look, we appreciate your business or whatever. We will not be interacting with you at this time. Please call back once you're, not uh, once you're feeling calmer or whatever. Thankfully,
Yeah, I
I
get
very rarely had to do that, because we provided support to actual businesses, and typically the people we were talking to were people who were beholden to their managers, and so they didn't want to give a bad impression to a significantly larger and more important company than theirs. I
Hang on one sec. I'm
so
just gonna put myself on mute.
that was a thing. Either way, don't need to talk about workplaces too much right now. Yeah.
I return, and my family has gifted me a 4-pack of energy drinks.
Sweet.
They are rock stars. Hell
Not
yeah.
alright.
Ooh.
Penelope has figured out that I'm very much so, you know, I laugh and clap like a little kid every time she makes that noise. So she's now doing it every chance she can.
I haven't done it once this stream yet.
Yeah,
But
mean,
I do make that noise whenever I am happy, whenever I am flustered, whenever I am angry, or
Oh,
sometimes
okay.
when
So
I'm
it's
defeated
not
and
for me.
sad.
It's literally just you do it all the time.
I do it a lot. People in my private life will like are aware that I do make that noise.
Oh, good. Well, I'm happy
So
they're aware of it because everybody should enjoy that noise once in a while.
yeah, it's great. It I will try to inflect my voice as much as an ooh can be inflected
Uh-huh.
to explain the feeling, because a happy ooh is a lot different than an angry ooh, or so I hope.
they're
Uh,
they are mildly different at best.
well, my happy ooh is like woo, but an angry ooh is like woo.
Oh, great, you peaked on
Uh,
that one.
yeah, no, it's if you were in person, this would be a beautiful conversation
Uh-huh.
of
Uh-huh.
of me going ooh at a fucking person. Yes, it is
Yeah.
cute. Thank you. I appreciate that. I know it's cute. It's part of the reason why I like to do it. But also I do it because it makes me happy.
And that's the important part. I will say that huh? Oh, power. Good.
Yep, getting that set up right now. And
I
I'm
will say
doing
that
it a very laid out way.
my other friend, who just also so happens to be trans, is she has this, and she makes the absolute like highest pitched squeak whenever she yawns. It's absurd, and it was like the first time I heard it, and the first time everyone hears it really, and they all just like immediately ask like, "What the fuck was that?" Because it's so unusual to hear that sort of noise.
Man, I think I know. I'm pretty sure I know who you're talking about. I'm
Oh
pretty
yeah.
sure. And I will respect their privacy by not naming them. But I'm pretty sure if I ever heard someone do like a really, really high pitched yawn, I would go, "Aww," and
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that would be pretty frustrating for that person to hear if they did not mean it to be cute.
Oh yeah, it's great because she definitely would prefer to not be called cute.
Yeah, that's how it happens sometimes.
It's great. And why is there no fuel making its way to the end of this pipe? Hang on. Oh, is it being pulled out faster than it's going in? Is that what's happening here? The flow rate's still quite high. Oh, okay, that one's now getting fuller. I guess, yeah, we just turned on all the machines at the same time, so it all pulled all the fuel out of this pipe. Okay. I mean, as long as the last machines are getting fuel, they are. Okay. Okay. No, this is functional. This is functional. Cool. So that one is functioning. Huh?
What?
No, it's not Samantha. That's one of the sound alerts.
I need to check your sound alerts when I have them in it. Maybe when you're streaming and I'm not, and I see you come online, I'm gonna start playing with this.
I've only got 2 sets of sound alerts so far. The one is just, I don't know why. It is my favorite moment in the entirety of the 2 Frozen movies. It's just that it's just when Olaf looks into a hole and just says, "Samantha?" Like, oh, it's so good. So I hope that the viewers use that occasionally. It's a good sound. I hope it becomes relevant at some point. How are we doing? Because compacted coal seems to be coming relatively slow. Oh, is this not a Mark IV lift? It isn't. Okay, that's the problem.
Oh.
There we go. That was my bad. And then down here, this should be a Mark IV as well. It is. Good.
These are Mark III.
Oh. Yeah, there's Errol. Not now, Errol. We're busy.
Another sound I'm going to eventually have to fucking get used to.
I might have to turn that one down a little bit, actually, because that was kind of jarring. Yeah, oh god, the amount of time I spent trying, like, ripping all of the sounds from Wind Waker, in order to do that, because the ones that I could find online were from the original Wind Waker, and the audio quality was significantly worse. There was, like, a bunch of clipping in them. I don't know why, because, like, the original game doesn't sound like that. So, it's just not a great experience. And so I had to, like, get the HD version. I had to, you know, rip it from the totally legal copy of the game that I own, and, you know, start, and it's not even that easy, because the game doesn't tell you what the sounds are. It just has a like, developer description. So, like, I had to decompile, like, what the fuck the developers named their files based on, in order to figure out exactly what was going on and figure out where
in
the
this
sounds
very
are.
illegal version.
I mean, yeah, it's
Wind
totally
Waker.
legal. I ripped it off of the game disc that I own. I mean, I would show you the game disc, but we don't have a camera on right now. Definitely own the game disc, not, like, 100%. But I mean, for real, I actually have a Wii U, and, like, it's one of my favorite games. Of course I have.
Oh, okay. I didn't know
but-
we were. I wasn't sure.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I've been told, and, you know, I've just heard rumors that there's a way to just, like, download the game straight from the internet, but I would never do that. All of my emulated games are ripped straight from the original media that I paid for, or that someone bought for me. But yeah, and so I had to, like, figure out from a list of thousands of sounds in that game, not even counting the, like, music. The music is a whole different folder, but it's, like, just all of the sounds I had, and that are labeled based on location, not based on character name or anything like that. Yeah, I had to figure out, like, which ones were which, and it took a while to figure that out. But now I have them, and I'm hoping to also get some Link sounds involved, because Link makes some really fun sounds in Wind Waker. Hopefully that'll be figured out eventually. Oh, that turbo fuel is a very pleasing red. It's like a cherry red. It's so good.
Oh yeah. Which way do we want this to run? Do we want the hole here, or?
We will figure that out once we have the next few levels sorted out, I think. Although I don't think it'll matter which direction we run this. I think because we have just to keep things balanced, we might run this one up on this side, and then the ends, run them up on the opposite side. Maybe.
Well, you know what we could do now?
Hmm?
We could actually build the turbo fuel generators above this, right? We could
Yeah.
technically make this a lower level. So yeah, we could just build this giant structure on top of all this, right?
Yeah, it's a tower. It's gonna be a tower.
Okay, cool. So we can build all the turbo fuel generators up there. Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought we were gonna cart all this turbo fuel off to the middle of the desert.
No, fuck that.
Yeah, fuck that. Okay.
Yeah, the
So
only
yeah,
reason we're doing the compacted coal in its own dedicated locations, and same with the fuel, is because that's actually more efficient. Like, we would have to transport more ingredients to this central location if we weren't doing it this way. That's the only reason why. Like, we have 3 conveyor belts right now instead of what would have been 6. So, yeah. That's the only reason.
Fair. Speaking of Nintendo, there's actually. I'm sorry to change the subject on here. There's something that's on my mind. There's actually this game,
Mm-hmm.
that I've been meaning to get on Switch, and I just know nothing about it. And I don't want to watch reviews for it because it's kind of like a visual novel-esque murder mystery game.
Okay.
Um, and it's a Nintendo property. I was
Right.
what is it called again?
Ooh, we are pulling more power than we should be. We need to wait for these things to empty or to fill up. This is
Let's get a priority power switch on this.
yeah, let's switch this whole thing off actually. That's probably for the best.
Oh,
Otherwise, we are
here.
actually going to run out.
I fixed it.
What? Oh. Well, all right. That works.
It works.
No, that works. It works. Ghost Trick? Nathan says?
Not Ghost Trick. No, Ghost Trick is a lovely game, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely love Ghost Trick. Not what I'm talking about. It's hang on. I think Ashley Robbins is the protagonist of this game, but I think that might be. Let me check.
Interesting.
Nintendo, because I remember that name from when that Sticker Spirit was in Smash Ultimate. And I remember seeing that name. I was like, oh, what character is that? What game is that from? And then I realized it was a modern Nintendo game that I basically never heard of and no one talks about. So no Switch. Hang on. Ashley Rob.
One more level.
Nintendo. What is it?
And then up.
Another code to no, it's a Nintendo DS game. Oh, it is okay. So I think it is another code, but I could have no. It's trace memory. What the fuck? Hang on, that's not right. What? There's one on the Switch. I'm gonna have to look into this later. No, not Fatal Frame. I love Fatal Frame as well. By the way, that's going on the list. Actually, that's
Fatal Frame
should go on. Fatal Frame should go on the list. It's a fantastic horror game that scares me. And there's one that
is that one where you're like a frickin' Japanese girl who has to run around with a camera and take pictures of ghosts in order to stop them from eating her?
Yes, that is exactly what it is. Fatal Frame is sort of it's really well known in the West, but its sales have prevented it from getting anything besides. Well, I'm fucking flying away. Hang on. Stop. Stoop. Okay.
Oh, you went in the frickin' the hypertubes again?
Yeah, I was getting back to see about putting a ladder that runs the entire distance from up to the new level, so I was just accidentally backed into it.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, but Fatal Frames, it's not super popular in the West in terms of sales, but it's super well known amongst its diehard fans, and everyone wants it. So much so that there was a game that was only game in that series that was only released in Japan for a very long time. That recently, I'm talking like, I think, with the end of last year, this year, that got released in America. That was released, I think, like 7 years ago.
Oh.
It's been a while. That's not a great ladder. Can I get it a little lower? No, I needed to get it a little higher now.
I will say one game that we will likely never play on stream is Danganronpa, or any of those, like, I don't know. I don't think visual novel style games are really going to be terribly effective on stream, but on Danganronpa in particular, I just don't like games that focus on, like, I don't know, the death of characters.
Yeah, no, oh man, Danganronpa. You just that very name. Can I tell you a fun fact about me?
Oh boy, I'm
I
excited.
don't think you know this. I used to lead.
This ladder is not going the whole way.
I was in It doesn't. When I hang on, fix it real quick while I'm talking.
Oh,
Better just stick a little out,
oh,
I guess.
that's gross.
I know
Oh
exactly.
God,
That's why I didn't
why?
go up all the way.
But why
Um,
is it like that?
I don't know. Anyway, so it's a fun fact about me. I used to lead and I used to be the admin of a community of murder mystery enthusiasts, specifically fans of Danganronpa.
Uh-huh.
Um, it's so weird that you bring it up because Danganronpa is back when I was younger. I used to think, oh yeah, this is really cool. A friend got me into it, and then we used to do sort of an online game where we were on a site called Pro Boards, where essentially we would do like mock trials and stuff, and we'd have fun with it. We'd have someone who is picked to be the killer, and we're trying to figure out who it is, and we're trying to use evidence to suggest, oh, who might be the killer. And there's like a game master who keeps everything in check. It's really interesting and fun, but it had its flaws. And eventually I ended up doing that. And eventually I ended up becoming the head of the community
Oh,
just
cool.
because the old head of the because I was super involved with it and the old head of the community was like, "Hey, I'm doing college stuff. How would you like to be the head of the community?" And I'm like,
Ah.
"Really? Is that what we're doing now?" It's like, "Yes." So I did. And I became the head of the Danganronpa community, and I just managed all the court cases and stuff, and I managed all the fun murder mystery aspects of it. Very
Wow.
draining. Did not have time for that, and to start college, so it was very difficult. Eventually, I ended up having to reprise the role after a couple of years.
Reprise is
Um,
wrong term.
I
Give
had
up.
to, yeah, I had to give up the role to someone else, because I just couldn't handle that in classes in my freshman year, especially since everything was going nuts in my freshman year of college. So that was that. Um, but yeah, no, it's so weird you bring up Danganronpa specifically.
It's one of those games where like the Game Grumps have been playing it fairly heavily for like a good period of time, or at least they were. They finally finished playing like the third one, and it was just like, there was a period of time where I was like, I can't. There's no new Game Grumps content for me for like several months, and I was just like, ah, fuck this. This
Yeah, no, I get
sucks.
you.
I mean, to be like, they
Um,
had a fun time with it, and you know what? I'm happy they did. But at the same time, it's just like the content's not for me, and so I'm just gonna be over here, just not. I guess I'm watching, you know, all their previous Zelda playthroughs and all their Paper Mario and Mario games and all this until they start making another long form series, because I love their long form series. I don't like it when they play a game once or twice and then like that's super
Sam,
small.
I like longer form stuff too, especially.
Yeah, because they are
Yeah.
super witty about their long form stuff. Like that, they actually know how to handle callbacks and like things like that. Same with this layer, by the way. We're gonna leave a boundary around it, or
Hang
at least we're
on, let
gonna
me direct
try
this.
and see how that works out. Let's see how many of
Okay.
these we can fit on here, because these things are massive.
Yeah, they are. Well, you said we
Uh,
needed
I don't
200.
200. So this is gonna be a tall tower.
Oh, so we're okay.
Yeah, we're gonna put
Oh,
multiple
fuck.
layers of fuel generators on this bitch.
We're not going horizontal. We're going full vertical.
Oh yeah. If you want to, what we can do is we can make this structure like kind of an inverted triangle a little bit, so like it
Yeah, I
expands
think
in
so.
height. If you want to do
We'll do
that,
an
then
inverted pyramid.
take that layer and add like 2 foundations to every side of it, and that would probably fix it.
Okay.
I'm grabbing ingredients for fuel generators, because that's going to be our next necessity. A lot of quick wire. A lot of quick wire involved. Okay, back to the factory. Oh, wait, let me empty my inventory out. And oh, no, not high enough. Also, I don't have my jetpack. Oh, I found out the jetpack actually reacts differently depending on what fuel you give it.
Really?
Yeah. So the biofuel is not as punchy as regular fuel. I don't know what turbo fuel does, but I'd be excited to find out. Speaking of which, by the way, we are going to eventually get packaged turbo fuel going, but we're going to do that in a different facility. We're not going to do it here. So all of this turbo fuel is solely for power generation.
Can I just say, thank God.
Yeah, okay. So that inventory is emptied out. Let's head back to the factory. Zoom, zoom!
Yeah, I'm almost done inverting this pyramid.
You know what?
God.
Honestly speaking, I am surprised that the game doesn't inherently have some sort of like attachment that you can add to hypertubes to make you go faster. Like the base speed of hypertubes kind of sucks, especially when you're like going up inclines and shit. It's like I could use like a booster on this incline or whatever.
Yeah, I get you.
The hypertube booster is fully just a glitch being exploited. Or maybe not a glitch necessarily, but it's like an unintended side effect.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Oh man, we're not going to be able to use a ladder for this.
Yeah, we are.
Well, if we're doing an inverted pyramid, where's the ladder going to go?
Don't fuck it up.
It's too late. I already fucked it up. The
God
ladder doesn't work
damn
anymore.
it. I mean,
I can't go up there now.
all right, well, drag a new ladder down from it, I guess. Just have it suspended in midair. Hey, Franklin. Nothing for me? Wait, somebody is radioactive. Franklin, why do I see radiation coming off of you, but I don't see anything in your inventory? Franklin, did you eat the radioactive waste?
Franklin, no.
God damn it,
Franklin,
Franklin.
please.
I'm gonna have to wait for him to poop that out. Lizard
All right,
doggos,
so
thankfully, are immune to radioactive waste. Their molecular structure is stronger than alpha particles. So that's a little fun fact trivia for that I just made up.
yeah, they're not. Besides, it wouldn't be alpha particle radiation is not that
gamma
intense.
particle radiation. I don't know.
Gamma's the intense. Gamma's the whole
Omega
point.
particle.
I don't know if that's a thing.
Who the fuck knows? There's alpha, there's beta, and there's gamma.
Yes, I believe that. Yeah.
Yeah, because those
That
are the
sounds
first
right.
three first three of the of that alphabet. Why am I going to these containers? I almost did the same thing you did. I need to go to the turbo fuel containers. Woo woo. All right, so we're gonna grab a bunch of computers, bunch of heavy modular frames. I'll just grab all of them from this container. We're gonna get some motors, and I'm full. I'm gonna just make a few trips here because that's probably a better idea than, because there's just too much of this shit.
Yeah, that's fair.
Plus, I worry that you'll glitch out again because you're not the host.
That is a possibility that might happen.
Mm-hmm. Oh, by the way, fun fact, since we don't have many viewers and that could possibly abuse this, the arrow one and the link one are as well when I actually get around to doing it. They have 0 cooldown.
I hate life. Why did you design it that way?
I mean, also they can overlap with each other. I'm sure the viewers will have fun with that at some point.
Question.
What?
Why?
Because it's gonna be it's so hilarious when it eventually happens.
I can't wait for the very solemn, sad part of a video game to be in there, and someone's just throwing our views, and then there's gonna be 2 people at the same time who send in a reel, and then they just start spamming it, and then don't you do it, don't you fucking do it, don't make this the stream. Don't you fucking dare. I'll be so angry. Oh my god. Why did what urged you to do this? Do you not care for
Why? Wait,
life?
why is your foundation not lining up?
I don't know.
What did you do?
I don't know. Fuck! I just wanted to put another column. I wanted to build the columns out of the very edges, and now they're not hooking up correctly.
Weird.
Does it? Hang on. Let me just try. Let me just try default. Let me see if default works. No, it does not even. What if I?
Uh.
What if I put that there, and then I go back up here?
Hmm.
Does it snap onto that one correctly? No, it does. What the fuck? It's worse. Oh wait. Oh, I see what the problem is.
Mm-hmm.
It was slightly rotated.
Oh, okay.
I didn't. It was so imperceptibly rotated though.
Sorry, I'm sniffing around my room because I'm smelling. Maybe it was just a passing skunk or something, and so it was real faint, but it smelled something in my room. It was weird.
Ah yes, the smelly smell.
Yeah. It was like maybe food, but also maybe just a really distant skunk. Like, I don't know.
It could have been that the party skunk, if you know what I'm saying. Hey
Possibly.
yo.
It's weird though, because I
uh,
don't have my window open. I've just got the air conditioner, and that shouldn't be pulling air from the outside.
hang on. This column right here is only there because I am just trying to see how big we're gonna have to make the ceiling. Where is power shield generator? How tall is this thing? That's probably another 3 foundations. Let's see.
Yeah, make sure that the stack is not clipping anywhere.
It's good. Looks good.
Also, to be fair, like, yeah, it could be spammed, but it's not going to be all the time because it requires channel points. And if it gets real bad, I can just increase the channel point cost. So I'm not exceptionally worried.
What?
You all right over there?
Yeah, I'm just having trouble
Did you
fucking
did you
doing the
figure
thing
out
I
that
want to
thing
do.
with it misaligning?
Yeah, I figured it out.
Oh,
We were actually just had a conversation about it. I'm pretty sure you were there for.
I was?
Yeah, you responded to me.
Oh, well, give it to me again, because apparently I've forgotten.
Oh my goodness. Uh, so it was slightly rotated incorrectly, and that's why it wasn't lining up. For some reason, it was
Oh,
yeah, it was just an inappropriate rotation. So now I'm at about 8 foundations high, or
okay.
8 4-meter foundations high. Let's see how the fuel generator stacks up to it.
Oh, right, you don't have
Uh,
the ingredients for it yet.
no, I just want to. This is strictly for me to compare the size of
That one's
this
empty.
column to,
There we go. That one's empty.
because I want to know if it has to be. I'd say yeah, it's about 4. It's about 8 foundations. 8 4-meter foundations high would be sufficient for getting over these fuel generators, and then okay.
Hey, Nate, what the heck is BLJ Simulator?
Um, let's go to Google. You switch over to your camera view real quick. I'll switch over to. I'll take a look on Google. What's BLJ Simulator? What is that? Uh, what?
No?
I don't understand. Backwards long jump. That's a Super Mario. Oh, backwards long jump. That's
Oh,
a
okay.
Super Mario 64 reference.
Oh, okay.
to yes, that
I don't have big ties to Mario specifically, so probably not. I don't think we really, except unless it was like a Paper Mario sound.
yes. If it's Paper Mario, then yes, I would argue yeah, but not maybe not the mainline series.
Nah.
We need. That's one of the things that I follow someone on YouTube who are pretty interesting point. There's so many different kinds of Mario games now
Mm-hmm.
that talking about a Mario game can mean anything from fucking tennis to partying to just a normal Mario game, quote unquote, to like a 2D Mario game, quote unquote.
Mm-hmm. And yet, there's only a one kind of Zelda. Well, the Zelda games are
That's
all combat
horseshit.
games. The Zelda games are all combat games. That's
Oh, that's fair.
that's the thing to take away.
You've never played Zelda Monopoly, and I refuse to elaborate.
I okay.
That's not a point. There, there are. Let me think here. The Zelda CDI games, do they have combat?
Yep. It's just real shitty combat.
Have you played it?
No, but I've watched the Game Grumps play them.
Oh, I see.
I wouldn't touch those things. I played Link's
Uh,
crossbow training, but I wouldn't play those.
I loved Link's crossbow
I mean, yeah,
trade.
it was actually a complete delight. I don't know why people harp on it. It's just a very small
It's
game.
because it. Yeah, I just yeah.
And to be fair,
I think
Nintendo didn't sell it for very expensive. It was like a $10 or $20 game. Like
mine
whatever.
mine got included with the Wii Zapper.
Oh no, the Wii Zapper was included with the game. Get it right.
That's
Mostly
incredible.
because that attachment was not really useful for basically anything else.
I played. There was a Resident Evil game on the Wii that was
Yeah, but there were
you that
dedicated
you
attachments for that shit too. Like there were handgun
not
attachments.
not that one. There were handgun attachments, but that the handgun attachment was developed for another Resi title, I believe. Or actually, was it a Resi title? Forget.
Okay, all of the industrial storage containers have been torn down. Back at the factory, we are set.
Nice.
Oh, I'm out of fuel apparently. Oh, right. Of course I'm out of fuel. I don't have. I emptied my inventory.
Speaking of which, eventually Bug Fables is on Wednesday, right?
Yeah, yeah, it is. Get
Hell
hyped.
yeah! So yeah, get hype, Bug Fable stands. I know you're out there somewhere.
I mean, I'm hyped. I guess. I don't know what I'm hyped for, other than a Paper Mario-esque experience.
I'm gonna tell you this, and this is maybe I don't know if it'll catch flack from you or someone eventually is gonna clip this.
Huh?
But it's better than Paper Mario 1 and 2.
Okay, good to know. Wait, 1 and 2, Paper Mario 1 and 2, or Bug Fables 1 and 2?
Paper Mario 1 and 2. There, Bug Fables it only has one installment as of yet.
Ah, I
I
see.
think they might have another one someday. TM. Fucking favorite release day right there, because so many of my favorite games are never getting released.
Ah, I see.
Hang on, I gotta this one. I gotta go back and rework all the ladders now.
I hate to break it to you, but I don't think that's gonna be enough levels.
I know.
Okay.
There will be more. I'm just kind of out of concrete at the moment, and I need to.
Okay. Store all. Here we go. Take all my shit back. There we go. Now I got fuel again.
Oh, Super Mario RPG HD. Yeah, that's coming. I'm kind of psyched. I'm kind of psyched for it too, honestly. It'll be.
I wonder if it's just going to be a graphical upgrade, or if they're also going to like make it quote unquote more better.
I'm curious to see what they're gonna do too. It's
Yeah.
I'll have to watch the Nintendo Direct if that they release that information on to find out. But I'm also curious about that as well.
Because thankfully, Nintendo does have a history of when they do release HD remakes, they do improve the game in some way as well to make it, fix all the things that people complained about over the years. Um, so they did this. They did that for all the Zelda remakes that they've done so far, which was great. I cannot list any other examples because I don't know any other game that's gotten a remake from Nintendo. So,
Um,
yeah. I'm
what do you
gonna.
mean they keep remaking Metroid?
Oh yeah, I haven't actually played the Metroid Prime trilogy yet, though I do own it.
Yeah, they released that game 3 times, like, again and again, before they released any other Metroid game. That's not fair to Metroid. I'm sorry. I love Metroid, but the
Yeah.
first couple of games are very samey to me. Um,
Metroid has a lot of very. Oh, you put a ladder there. All right.
yeah, I just don't know. I guess it's not there anymore. I
Oh,
was just looking at it to see if I was gonna need to put it somewhere else.
I put it somewhere else. We're good.
Geek.
Ah! I'm wasting my fuel. Um. Okay. So next we figure out how many of the fuel generators we can fit on this level.
I told another lie. Mega Man is also. You know what? These are kind of stabs at Nintendo for making very samey games, just again and again, especially with Mega Man. Mega Man has a very, as Aaron Hansen said, has a very strong case of sequelitis. But Mega Man did improve some things with Mega Man X that was really cool. Um, man, I should play Mega Man X again. Mega Man 11 was kind of bad, in my opinion.
Oh.
This just wasn't particularly like I feel like Mega Man 11 pretended Mega Man X didn't existed and
Didn't
just went back to
existed?
the original didn't existed. And it just went back to the formula of all the other Mega Mans before it.
Makes sense.
Which it just strikes me as frustrating because Mega Man X was, I think, I would say far and away the best Mega.
Uh-huh.
So the idea that they just went to the formula of the games prior to it instead of using that formula, if they're gonna rehash it, but go back to an older formula, it strikes me in a weird way as not very apt.
I see. Okay, that should be enough for a couple. Uh,
I don't know. I'm not a
well,
big Mega
the
Man
the
person,
other
so
the
maybe I'm
other
wrong.
issue is like, I mean, sure, they have a formula. That's what makes them that type of game. You don't want to play a Zelda game that features Mega Man, right? Like, there's not. You're playing each game because it has its own dedicated formula. That's why Metroid like, things are called Metroidvanias, is because it has a specific formula. Um,
I call bullshit on this for 2 reasons. Namely because of Castlevania and because of Metroid are
mhm.
both fine examples of how a game can take a formula and instead of just like Mega Man is very formulaic. It's so formulaic that if I gave you any of the fights from any game and you weren't like a hardcore fan of the series, you
Uh-huh.
wouldn't be able to tell me which game they were from or if they were from different games.
Mega
That's a
Man?
problem to me.
I
Yeah,
mean,
like if I gave you a boss from Mega Man 3 and gave you a boss from Mega Man 6, and I asked you to tell me which one was which, I doubt anyone besides diehard fans could tell me.
right, but that just means that each Mega Man version has different bosses.
Well, yeah,
Like
and I
like
suppose that's
there isn't a way if there isn't a way to identify which bosses from which game, then that indicates that the games are very different or they're identical. One of the two. In this case, I would argue that the bosses specifically would likely be too different to identify. That
Well, my point of the argument that I'm making regarding that is that it just feels like it's too formulaic. Whereas Castlevania, Metroid, well, Metroid eventually, but I think Castlevania, once they got over Super Castlevania and realized that they had to take their heads out of their asses, was that a hot take for that, but I think they really learned that playing with a formula and really changing it up is what makes the game more interesting and fun.
uh-huh.
Um, like I love what they did with Aria of Sorrow, which is take the original concept of Castlevania, or not the original concept, but the Castlevania formula they developed, and shook it up into this interesting sort of collecting game
Okay.
that really played with Castlevania's combat and how customizable you can make your own character. Whereas they also took that same element and included it into the story they were telling, which was super cool. I loved it. It's the best Game Boy game of all time. Game Boy Advance game of all
Okay.
time.
So how would you expect them to improve Pokemon?
Oh, we shouldn't talk about this. This one. Look, look.
Like there are formula. Like I don't know. There's people can know what to expect when they play a Zelda game, just like they know what to expect when they play a Mario game. Or I mean, I suppose there's now different subgenres of Mario games. So let's say they know what to expect when they play a Super Mario game.
A Mario Gammon Soiree. That's what a real. That's Galaxy. That's Odyssey. Let's call it that. A Gammon Soiree.
I mean, it's a Super Mario game. That's what it is.
Well, Super Mario games could apply to like a lot of them. Super Mario games are like the 2D ones. The only, the only, I mean, Super Mario Galaxy is one, and Super Mario Odyssey, but also Super Mario Brothers 2 and Super Mario Brothers 3 were on.
But yeah, they're
Yes, that is
platformers.
the Game Boy one with Soma Cruz. That is exactly the right one.
I mean,
Um,
the gameplay experience is, I guess it's the difference between a platformer and a platformer collector. Um, like
well, 2D and a 3D
a
platformer.
mission. Yeah, well, the 3D ones are mission-based platformers versus the 2D ones, which are just straight-up platformers. Um, like that's the differentiation between Mario games. Gotta say, I might have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that I'm trying to figure out like the sizing of this level because it feels weird right now. There's 7 fuel generators wide is what it's kind of working out to right now. And
Well, the thing about it is not all of these levels are going to be the same size.
I know, but I want the levels to like at least make some semblance of sense.
True, that's fair. Oh, wait a minute. I just realized the headlift we're going to need to generate in this structure is actually terrible.
Well, water tower will fix that, or whatever. Water tower.
High up's our water tower.
I mean, it's going to be as high as the structure.
Oh, well, that's fine, I suppose. I guess we'll get the headlift one way or the other.
Yeah, no. The big thing we'll do is we're not gonna pipe it to the bottom level and then up to the next level and then up to the next level. It's gonna be piped to the top level, and then it'll trickle down to the rest. I think what would be the strategy there. I don't know how perfect of a strategy that is, but it's a strategy.
I see.
Okay, so alternative option is we might be able to get like enough. No, it's gonna be like half a foundation of extra space. That's not worthwhile. How do we make this work in a way that I think is very appealing?
With the inverted pyramid, I think design might be suitable. I think we'll find what mathematically makes sense. We'll alter all layers of the structure to be that size and
2,
dimension.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wide on this one. I mean, it might just work better as just a straight tower.
That's what I'm thinking. With
cutting 4 off of this direction, what that would do, that would eliminate one line of Or we might need to expand it a little bit.
Well, we can knock out this pillar right
Okay,
here, and we
one,
can
two,
just.
three. No, no.
Oh.
Uh, hold up, hold up, hold up. Let's figure out exactly how much width would be great for an 8 wide of these things.
Hang on, let me get the pillar out of here again. Yeah, usually we have to go through a couple of revisions to our plans when we're laying stuff out. If we wanted to figure it out all out ahead of time, it'd be a lot of math and it would be very unsatisfying.
Yeah, it wouldn't be great to watch either, because like just watching us build something, like, do you want to just like watch your brother play with Lego? I mean, that doesn't.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, I mean this is a good spacing. I like this spacing. Now
Yeah,
let's
wow.
get a feel for how many that produces in the opposite direction. So we expand. So that's just one more foundation though. Oh no, it'd be 2 more foundations because we would have a boundary layer. So we would add
Yeah.
one more foundation to each side. But then if I were to, and I feel like I'm not going to have enough materials for this, but if I go
We don't
like
need to add one more
this,
foundation layer to each side. We just need to add it to this side.
what do you mean?
Because if you add it to each side, it'd be even bigger. But no, this is the perfect. This is like
This is the
the size we
test.
have on this
This is the
platform.
test side. This is not actually going to be where the foundations lie. We're
Oh,
gonna
I see what
delete
you're
all
saying.
this in a moment, but I'm just figuring out exactly where, like, how many. Thanks. How many of these we can fit in this current layout. Ooh, that lines up nicely on this side too.
Yeah, wow. That's yes, we'll add another one here. Nice.
But that's not square anymore.
Doesn't have to be perfectly square.
It
I don't mind.
does.
No, it doesn't. It has to. If the thing we're working with chooses not to be square, then we don't have to be squares either.
All right. Well, then we're gonna make it square. We're just gonna. This isn't gonna be perfectly at the edge of the boundary layer. That's fine. We just center it on the foundations as it is. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, 8? What? Okay, so this is 64. What does 200 divided by 64 sound like?
It's 3 and change. Give me a minute.
Ah, shit, there's change. Oh, no.
Wait, 60. Hang on. So 200 divided by 64.
No,
It's
you're right.
3.125.
It's 3.125?
Yeah.
Cool. Fucking a little bit of change. I have a solution to that.
What is it?
It's something that Jace did on his stream.
We blow up the factory and we walk away.
No, he made a couple of extra platforms that just kind of stick out from the side of it, kind of like helipads, to put like a couple extra of these on. Okay.
I disagree with this idea.
Well, I mean,
this idea does not spark joy. We could just push it out. We literally found a solution here. Like we just need to put it. We just need to increase the size of this main floor by one on that side over there, one on this side, I'm sorry, no, one on this side. No, one on this side, one on this side is what I'm trying to say. And then we have a golden opportunity with the rest of the foundations where we just lay it all like that. It'd be perfect. I don't know. Let me see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We can lay 48 fuel generators per floor if we do this orientation this way, and we won't have any issues with it, I don't.
Wait, what are you orienting what way?
What I'm trying to say is that all we need to do... What are you doing? What are you doing over there? Stop.
What do you mean?
I thought we... Oh, okay. I made this extra here.
There we go.
Extra.
This whole thing is square. Wait, what did you do? Okay, no, you're good. All right. Yeah, the whole thing is square again.
Does it have to be square?
I mean, the base is square.
It can be an aerial rectangle.
A what?
It can be an aerial rectangle. It can be a rectangle up in the air. Aerial rectangle.
You made up a term in
Yeah.
order to make your thing sound better.
No, I'd explained to you what it was, so I wasn't being dishonest or mistrustworthy. I was just
Why are
trying to
there
say
two
it.
extra ladders?
I had to keep moving the base around.
Can I get back up? Nope. Well, I guess I'm going down.
Yeah, you know why? Because you didn't fucking put a ladder back, did you?
Well,
Oh man, I didn't put a ladder back either. Hang on, I'll put one as I'm falling to my
slowly
death.
floating your ass down. Uh. All right. Do 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 do.
But no, actually, while we're working on this, and while we're kind of recovering from our gigantic fall, I guess we can sort of talk about Pokemon and formula. And I sort of have a problem with formulaicness in general. If you're making a franchise of games, there is of course a level of expectation, I suppose,
Mm-hmm.
to make the games have a similar enough structure. But I would argue that
It
that
the formula doesn't have to be like in gameplay loop. It can be in, story elements. It can be in like the feel of the game itself or the combat or what have you. Like there's so many different ways to identify a particular game series, but it has to have an identity. If it doesn't have an identity, then it's not exceptionally good at being unique or rather I don't know. It's disingenuous to the followers of that game series, and if the identity changes, like, I would argue that despite Enter the Gungeon and Exit the Gungeon being two very different visual styles and gameplay loops, that being Enter the Gungeon is a top-down shooter, and Exit the Gungeon is a side scroller, not a side scroller even. It's like an up scroller shooter of some kind. Like they're very different styles of games. They still have the same feel to them because they both have the same like comedic balancing. The characters are still incredibly friendly or like fun to interact with. Most of them to kill, but the like that it has its formula is in its identity, and so its formula is the wrong word, and at this point it is identity that matters most.
I think I understand what you're saying. Yeah, no, the identity of the game is very important.
Yeah, and
Instead of, I
that
see what you're
that
saying.
identity can exist in different ways depending on the game franchise you're referring to. For example, a Zelda game, I would expect to include some form of conflict that typically involves swords and other, semi-medieval weaponry. Um, or, like it's, yeah, I don't know. It's an adventure that features a person of knightly honor, kind of, right? Like that's what it sort of boils down to for Zelda games. And sure, some of them are there are offshoots, but they all follow the same identity. Pokemon games, their identity is inherently that you are it's a collection, it's a collectible game, it's a collectible combat game. Like that is what it is. There are two elements to a Pokemon game, and those are the two elements that you would expect from any Pokemon game. Except the offshoots. The offshoots, they still have their identity in their characters and, like, that sort of thing, but they are offshoots for a reason, right?
Well, yeah, no, but that's sort of the problem that I'm having with where games. I think Nintendo has a sort of problem where if the identity becomes too entrenched in gameplay, like they just feel this need to keep to further to because I understand what you're saying. Identity between sequels is very important. I think that's a very valid distinction. Formulaicness notwithstanding, but I feel like it's
Mm-hmm.
entrenched in the gameplay itself. That's when I start to have a problem because eventually that gameplay loop is not only fucking outdated in the case of Pokemon particularly, I find Pokemon to be very very good at being a collectible battle game, but it's done it so many times now that people who are particularly long running fans of the game, I not myself included, but I completely agree with it. Like change is something that is desired. We definitely desire
Mm-hmm.
new innovations on it. We want the same world though, because Pokemon's an interesting world with fascinating concepts, but we want something more out of it. We want. I definitely like. I've actually been advocating a very particular game that I had an idea for years now. I think Nate would probably like it because it's focused around a collection of a couple of specific Pokemon in a Devil May Cry scenario gameplay style, where it's these Pokemon that live up on a mountain, the mountain's
Uh-huh.
being completely destroyed and ravaged by one of the quote unquote like the teams like Team Rocket or Team Magma or whatever. I and then it's up to like 4 or 5 of the Pokemon that live on this mountain to sort of protect their home and go and try to fight off the teams themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And like it's Pokemon that would make sense for that environment. And one of them was Lucario because Lucario is great branding.
Mm-hmm.
I have to say that Lucario is a fucking phenomenal character design. And also Pokemon like Howlucha, maybe even throw. I guess I wouldn't say Pikachu would fit the aesthetic, but someone in Nintendo would throw themselves off of a building if they didn't have a Pikachu involved somehow. So that's a
Well,
necessity.
I would assume a lot of people would get their jobs, taken away from them, and,
Yeah,
violently,
exactly.
if
Violently.
Pikachu was not included in a Pokemon game.
Yeah, it's
Um,
not a warrior style Pokemon game, a Devil May Cry style Pokemon.
so
That
so
sort
like a
of
beat 'em up.
beat 'em up. Yes, exactly.
Okay. Now,
Featuring
here's the downside: is
uh-huh.
identity doesn't just come from. Well, I mean, it's what the game means to the fans of the game, right? And as much as the art style, it has a lot of fans. I think those fans are different from the fans that actually like to play the games. Um, and I would say for a game that is a collectible game first and foremost, where you like honestly speaking, like that game is formulaic for a reason, because the fan base that loves playing Pokemon games, like that collects Pokemon cards, like they're of course they like formula. That's their shtick.
I don't know. I see. This is the problem. I know a lot. I know a lot of Pokemon fans personally. I
Hmm.
actually am in a. I'm not in a server that's dedicated to Pokemon. That would be hilarious. The amount of coincidences that would be piling up today if that were the case. But I
Right.
am in a server of people who are a lot of them are Pokemon fans. We talked about this conversation a lot because when Legends Arceus came out, the amount of change that introduced to the standard Pokemon formula
Mm-hmm.
was good. It was a real breath of fresh air from the level of just
Arceus was the same
sameness.
game as, like, formulaically. They just made some changes to the way that you interact with and capture Pokemon. Like what?
Yes, but that level of change was good. I mean, we they wanted like the
Oh, for
people who I
sure.
know who enjoyed Arceus wanted even more change on top of that to see where the Pokemon formula could be taken. And I think that says something to the people who are very vocal about Pokemon who are still fans of it, like would like to see additional maybe additional further types of spin-offs that introduce the world of Pokemon in new lights. I'm not saying you have to completely disregard the formula of Pokemon, but I would like to
Mm-hmm.
see more Pokemon games, even mainland Pokemon games, experiment further with the formula to see what new gameplay loops could emerge in return. I love creativity in games,
I
especially long running
suppose,
series.
but from a business perspective, like that, there are issues with dramatically changing the formula. And to be fair, thankfully, Pokemon does not exist as a single main line of games, they do have all these things that they have experimented with. Pokemon Snap, Pokemon Stadium, Pokemon, like all of these games. But the fact that they have continued to see success with not just the spin-offs, but also the main line of games is an indication that no matter what, they there are still plenty of people who prefer or who at least still enjoy the main line of games. And I think the other factor involved here is that, unfortunately, we're not just talking about people who have already played Pokemon games, because there are new people being created all the time. So we also need to consider the fact that realistically, especially considering that consoles and Nintendo is a console game designer, not a computer game designer, consoles become, like, games eventually become less and less accessible. And even despite, like, I'm not even taking into account the fact that Nintendo actively pursues people trying to bring back old games, but the fact that,
which is
any
heart-wrenching, by the way.
any game that existed only on a console, unless that studio revives that game, is not accessible once that console becomes obsolete or becomes scarcer and scarcer. Not to mention the game itself, especially older games, they were on discs, they were on cartridges. Like those are a limited physical commodity. So, I mean, the fact that they've been re-releasing the same game over and over again is for good reason, because people want to experience the game, but they don't have the old ass console that it used to play on, or they want to experience the game for the first time with the best that Nintendo currently has to offer. So
But that's scummy.
Nintendo is a game that is primarily sold to children, and the reason why it's primarily
You
sold
mean
to
Pokemon?
what did I say?
You said Nintendo is a game primarily sold to
Oh, sorry,
children.
Pokemon is a game primarily sold to children, and the reason why it's primarily sold to children is because those children either haven't played a Pokemon game in the past, or because they are children, they're not interested in an extremely large amount of change.
Well, that's the thing. It's that those children, like, my point is there is an extremely large and vocal user base in the Pokemon community. I've seen them. I've heard
Mm-hmm.
their pleas. They speak to me in my dreams at night, and I hear their cries for help. Um,
Yeah.
that would love to see experimentation of the formula. And like I said, we don't want to see, like, there doesn't have to be hyper drastic changes, but we'd love to see changes to the formula that aren't just the same bullshit. Like, it was interesting to see Dynamaxing. That was an interesting change that was away from the original formula, unique and innovative in its interpretation of its current structure of Pokemon, and also changed how certain battles could go and make them feel more special, especially against gym leaders, which
Mm.
was a very great and refreshing step in the right direction. That being said, we haven't seen any innovations to that, especially
Okay.
since Dynamaxing and Gigantamaxing and Dynamaxing the same thing. No one can at me. I don't care.
How? Okay,
uh,
but game development is not just people saying make it better, but also figuring out how to actually make that better. It's not an easy thing to do.
but yes, but I'd rather them try and fail than
How
not
do you know
try
that
at
they're not
all.
trying? That's the thing. You
Look,
only see what they release publicly.
no, I don't. I'm very intimately familiar with the cutting room floor. There is actual communities of people, especially within Nintendo and Game Freak, who are willing or not. They don't release like uncut content, but they do show what ideas were going into it, not only in reviews but also in different media associated with it. That goes to a very popular online resource that I like to use, which is called the Cutting Room Floor.
Mm-hmm.
The Cutting Room Floor is a website, by the way. I highly recommend it to anyone who's really passionate about a new game series, especially like Pokemon,
Okay.
to see what developers were thinking about in the process of making a game. And by visiting the website, you can actually see a huge amount of information that was available as someone was developing. And like even years after things get added on, as more discoveries and more data is mined or more
Right.
interesting stuff is added. I was particularly interested in Paper Mario was one of the games that got me into the cutting room floor because they had ideas for TTYD that were just never fully realized.
Now,
It's also
does that just include stuff mined from the game, or are we also referring to stuff that is that was discussed in meetings,
both.
or like because yeah,
Uh,
but like even still, like I'm not going to be over here and continuing this argument any further than this because this is like this is all what ifs. The
I
point
suppose, yeah.
is that if the company is able to sustain itself on the games that it's currently making, that means that there is a demand for the games, and we shouldn't like they have no obligation. There is no absolutely zero obligation for a company to make something just because people want them to make it. The only obligation they have is to their employees and their investors to continue making money. And thankfully, that does translate to supply and demand. So as long as there is demand for that product, then it will continue to be made. And so thankfully, games do happen to, in most cases, fit some sort of a need or a demand. But that doesn't mean that they are required to make a specific type of game. So
Well, yeah, no, I mean
thankfully
that's
the fan community has the opportunity to make games like that. They can't sell them for money because they're not allowed to use other people's IP. But if they want to design their own game, that's their call. The question is, why, what you're asking for is you're asking for Nintendo to take the characters you know and love and put them in a different situation. And unfortunately, that can't happen for everybody. Is
I
the
don't know.
like it that it's the unfortunate reality of the world is like not everything can happen, but it would be really cool. And thankfully, Nintendo has released plenty of side games or like games with a different formula than the standard Pokemon mainline. So like they are clearly willing to give things a shot. The challenge is they need to make a game that is uh, accessible and desirable enough to a majority of people, or a large enough number of people to make that game worthwhile to them to make. So, like that's the tough part, and a factor that goes into that is again identity or the niche that they're filling, because different identities and different niches have a different amount of games that are already filling them, right?
Well, yeah, no, I completely understand the need for supply and demand in video games. Video games, on at least on some level, have to be a product that is sold to make money for a company that needs to support itself, as people who
Mm-hmm.
work for it, etc. I'm just, I just hate this trend in video games where a lot of video games tend to pull itself towards a simulacrum of sameness.
That's not a
It
trend.
just feels like it feels like a trend. It feels like it's been a trend for years.
That that's
Look what happened
not.
with like the cover based shooter was a huge problem with this because once cover based shooters took off, I felt like they were just everywhere until everyone unanimously got sick of them and said,
Uh-huh.
"Let's not ever have another cover based shooter." And they only see them come up every now and again. I just
I don't know
my
what those
point
are
is
actually.
think Gears of War
uh
games
oh
or
okay.
Uncharted
All
or
right. All right. Fair enough.
uh no wait there's more or
No,
like
I do know what you mean now. I understand what you meant by cover now. Okay.
yeah, no cover based shooters are like that was a huge thing for
I
years
mean,
and
yes, but
years.
battle royales also are a thing that thankfully are starting to die out. Like th- uh, uh, that's that's up to the companies to figure out exactly what people are going to purchase, really. Thankfully, there are indie developers that make games that are maybe not mass marketable, but still provide an excellent experience for those people who are going to buy it, and that's why we get to play factory games. Um,
But I just see
look,
I have a problem.
I,
I've got a problem. You
okay,
gotta understand me
okay.
here.
What's the problem here?
I I would just I hate seeing the amount of money that goes into a AAA game
Uh-huh.
that is going into an idea that's just slightly different from a previous iteration of their design to please people. Whereas that money could be spent on a budget of more games, just like more individual games themselves, like supporting indie developers, or better yet, having in-house style developers making smaller experiences to further increase creativeness. And instead of hedging your bets all in one major title for a studio, instead break up a studio into smaller sections to be able to have people working on titles. Wouldn't you like to see stuff that's more, like from people like Nintendo or people like AAA developers, with sort of breaking up the AAA industry into smaller bits, like making the indie sphere like full of different sorts of titans that have a lot more money than a usual indie game would, or even individual indie developers being supported by like AAA industry veterans like Nintendo, or I guess Niantic and Game Freak at this point now
I hate to
too.
say it, but Nintendo hasn't actually been one of the ones that's purchasing a whole bunch of game studios. Microsoft is and Sony is. So it's happening where these smaller independent game studios are, I mean, debatably, because we won't know until stories start coming out one way or the other, but debatably going to be receiving the support of these incredibly large corporations and with all of their financial and backing and force of will that they can apply to things. So that's happening. I believe you're specifically referring to Nintendo.
I'd like to see Nintendo do it because I like. You see, my thing is,
Nintendo, however, does work with a number of different game developers, such as Game Freak.
mhm.
And Nintendo does have multiple different teams under their umbrella. They are just all under Nintendo. They don't have different names. For example, like there is like oh God, they're compartmentalized. So that's happening. That's not something that just because it's not immediately obvious, like a company of that size is not capable of surviving, especially considering they are cross-border. Like they have studios in multiple different countries. Like they have
Mhm.
to compartmentalize their developments, and so the people who work on Zelda might have some interaction with the people who work on Mario games, and might have some interaction with the people who work on Kirby games, but honestly speaking, I am reasonably confident that those people are in different teams that are, they're working on different things. And to be fair, I don't know why we would expect more from Nintendo. The amount of IPs that Nintendo releases is far more than most, I would imagine, practically any other game studio.
Well, yeah,
Like,
that's fair. That's no, like, I guess we choose Nintendo because we're both very familiar with Nintendo's
yes.
properties. I think there's better examples we can sort of pick out
Nintendo
there.
is almost the Pixar of game development. Like their games are almost universally loved. They've had a
Does that make
few
Sony the Disney?
uh God. I don't know where what the analogy is anymore. The point is all I was saying is that like that they the majority of their games have been successful. Which means that a majority of their games have been loved or, at least sold well on the surface. Um, so, like, they're not doing a bad job. Like,
I don't. I know. There's some things I wish were different about the
yeah.
gaming industry, and I think maybe I'm focusing a little too hard on Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
They're very easy one to specifically pick on because they have certain aspects about their company that I particularly dislike, namely how
Okay.
they treat their fan base and everything, especially with like takedowns of stuff. And fan made games, like I remember Pokemon Uranium was a big deal a ways back when someone made a
Right.
fan game and then they just destroyed that. And I understand them not wanting people to emulate games, especially because that
Yeah.
that can cut into their profits. But if people don't have accessibility to the games that they otherwise can't access, I mean, how are they
So,
going to play those games to get into the properties in the first place?
yeah, so here's the factor. Like, there is legal precedence that protects fan games unless they do very specific things. You cannot damage the identity of the original source work. You cannot profit off of somebody else's IP. Like that's the primary reasons and the only ways that Nintendo lawyers are even capable of taking down those sorts of projects. For example, I think Pokemon Bushido has never had any sort of issue along those lines. I'm not sure if it's Bushido or if it might be another one. But the point is, like, there are fan games out there that are wholly, like, not using intellectual property in a way that is damaging or, profiting off of it. So, and part of that, unfortunately, with Nintendo is the proprietary software that underlies some Pokemon games and some of their games. So, like, even code can be copyrighted.
Yeah.
So you have to take that in consideration. You typically, for Pokemon games especially, you have to actually build the game from scratch. Generally, although I'm sure you could scrape assets off of the games, but you can't just like take a game and mod it, so to speak, and then release that unless you're doing it in a way that is non-objectionable, and thus not making any money or not harming
Uh,
the relationship. Like that, there's legal precedents that can protect you. It's just that some indie or these fan-developed games are not taking things the way that they should be, and that's protective for a number of reasons. Like, sure, people say that Nintendo is large enough that they can't be damaged by these sorts of things, but I completely disagree, especially considering the amount of people that they have to pay on a daily basis, and how many of those people could lose their jobs if an IP goes under. Right?
well, yeah, I suppose that's fair. I just
I know that everything is way too complex. Is the underlying issue here? Like everything is there's room for improvement on every front. The ultimate issue is that how can that is the way that improvement can be actualized without some form of harm to some party, right?
well, yeah, and I'm hopeful for the future, especially with like I mean, I'm really hopeful with the future of indie games. I think the AAA industry, personally, is kind of going out the door within the next 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad for it, actually. I'm glad. I'm glad that the companies who are ahead of the game are seeing it now and are innovating to protect themselves from that. And I really, really, really hope Nintendo will follow that suit. I really hope they will. You know what something I would love to see from Nintendo, just as a starter, just to see that they're willing to change and open up to it, is to be willing to release their games on a platform that's other than theirs. Like, I don't always necessarily want to just play Pokemon on a Switch. I'd love to play it on my computer, and I'd love to buy it from Nintendo. I'd love to support them. I'd love
Yeah.
to get that. The fact that they limit their games to their platforms is so infuriating. I have not finished
I
Super Mario Odyssey because I do not want to purchase it again for the Switch. I
mm-hmm.
want to get it on my computer, and I
I get
can't.
that. Unfortunately, their target demographic is not one that is typically known to own a gaming computer.
Well, they are known to own other consoles as well. I mean, I wouldn't mind like there are certain ways I could see Nintendo being able to sell a game that's available on a PS5. It's just them listed as a third-party developer.
Sure, but then they have to pay the like. I'd imagine because they are a console manufacturer, there are probably problems with releasing their games on other consoles, like that don't exist for independent developers that don't sell consoles.
I love that comment from Nate, by the way. I love that comment. Like, the first one, I highly doubt they will change Formula One because Nintendo games will only ever be found on a Nintendo console. Uh, and they have us by the balls like a rat. That's I give you that. That is exactly what this conversation is going. I
Yeah.
think.
You know what? Fun
Oh,
fact: consoles are like there's really the only reason that they sell games on their own consoles is because I mean, to be fair, I don't actually know this about Nintendo consoles, but I have heard that other console manufacturers actually sell their consoles for less than the parts that they are worth. Like, so it's not a matter of selling consoles. It's a matter of, you know, being in control of the ecosystem, being able to tailor make your hardware for the games that you're making, being able to, I'd imagine, like, being able to actually control the way that those games are played and released and all of that, because realistically speaking, if you were to release it on a computer, then you have to deal with any number of, first of all, technical issues, the amount of extra overhead that goes into, you know, troubleshooting emulators, let alone, you know, full games, although I suppose full games can be developed for it, but then you're adding extra development cost and all that fun stuff. Like, there's it's a very important business decision that they've made here, and it's working for them. So
I know. It's just it works well for other people like Sony when they release games like Spider-Man on PC and it fucking skyrockets. It just feels like a
true,
missed opportunity.
but
I feel
the
like they have a
target
death grip on their IPs,
the
and
target
they
demographic is different. Name a game that is primarily targeted to children and that is you know, only or primarily used on a computer.
primarily aimed at children is available or Roblox.
Primarily played on a computer.
Roblox.
No,
That's
I
primarily played on
disagree. It's
computer.
not primarily played on a computer. It's on every single console.
Yeah, but it was founded on a computer. Its main resources are found on a computer for making more stuff. It's a very computer heavy base.
Okay, I suppose that's fair. Now, I mean, that's one. And I really don't think Roblox was necessarily thought to have blown up as big as it did when the developers were originally creating it.
Oh yeah, look, that's neither here nor there. You asked me a question, I gave you an answer.
Yeah, you're right. Don't ask questions like that because there's always an answer. The point is like that it's, I don't know, that they have a target demographic that is very different from every other primary game studio. Nintendo has never produced a game that I think has ever said the word fuck. Like, like I'm pretty sure there's never been a Nintendo game that uses the F word.
Well, now we've got to check. No wait, there has to be. Wait a minute. Let me think about this for a minute here. I really think. Are there any M-rated or yeah, there are any M-rated or 18 plus Peggy 18? Is that the European one?
I have no idea.
You guys use the do you guys use the
Bayonetta?
ESRB in
Is
Canada?
Bayonetta Nintendo?
Yes, Bayonetta is. No. No, it's Capcom. But I know
Yeah.
hang on. Bayonetta.
Yeah, it's
I think it's
published by
Capcom.
Sega.
Sega.
All
Never
right,
mind.
and that's the original Bayonetta. Sorry, Bayonetta series? Hold on.
Platinum Games. Platinum Games is the one behind it. They're also the people I believe who made Devil May Cry.
Right, but it
If
is
I'm not mistaken.
published by Nintendo, so that's something actually. But it's also published by Sega. That was Bayonetta
Yes.
1 though. So let's see, Bayonetta 2, publisher
Oh yeah, it's straight up
Nintendo. Look at that.
Bayonetta 2. Let's see. Oh yeah, there it is. Son of a bitch. There it is. Wow.
So okay, there's the one. That is the one, M-rated. I think it better be. Swear to God, it better be.
Someone, somewhere, go play Bayonetta 2 and determine if it has the fuck word.
I don't know if it has the F word, but it does have a gratuitous amount of scantily clad women. So
I guess I
Wait,
guess that's
Bayonetta has been released on multiple platforms.
no, I don't think Bayonetta 2 was.
Oh well, the original Bayonetta was. Hold on. Bayonetta 3 was released on just Nintendo Switch. Interesting. Okay.
It's been kind of slurped up by Nintendo.
You know what? You know
Interesting.
what? I did not think of Bayonetta because I haven't heard jack shit about it from anybody.
Bayonetta is very scantily. The only, I guess,
Like,
anything inside of Super Smash Brothers might
who
technically be
who
a
the
fair
fuck
game.
talks about Bayonetta? Like, that's the real thing. I've never heard anybody actually talk about Bayonetta. I've never seen any streamers play Bayonetta. Like, it's not in my circle, apparently.
Well, I've seen people critically talk about Bayonetta. It's not to say it doesn't have its fans and its detractors.
Sure.
Um, my goodness, does it have its fans and its detractors?
Yeah.
They both look and smell just the exact same at some levels.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Hmm. I'm still getting this pipeline situation figured out, by the way. I know you're kind of just bouncing
I think
around.
my brain is just kind of on the conversation, and I'm not really super
Yeah.
helpful. We've been going for 3 hours as well. Fun fact: when they announced the new costumes for Ezio, the Dragonborn, and the Doomslayer, we're talking about in Smash competitions. They cannot say the name of the game because those games are M rated and Smash is rated T. That's amazing.
Oh, good.
I love that fun fact. I have to remember that for when I talk to people about Nintendo history, which I hope is a lot because I think it's fun and interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I think I used to be in sort of this awe of Nintendo, and now I talk about Nintendo in the same way I would talk about Disney. But I would say that Nintendo isn't as they. I don't think Nintendo is
Evil.
Disney evil.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
The,
think Nintendo is just a company that makes choices to stay alive and do well.
yep.
And I think that oftentimes can lead to things that I would think are bad, but not necessarily bad because they have a motivation or an agenda.
Uh-huh.
Bad because they just I think they're shitty designs for shitty practices, but they work.
Mm-hmm.
So I can go eat baby carrots. Fucking I don't know.
Yeah, Nintendo may have looked at the apple, but thankfully has never taken a bite out of it.
Yeah.
Fucking evil corporation joke.
Yeah,
Okay,
no, no.
I've got a system figured out now for the pipes and everything. If you want to get power lines hooked up to all of these generators, I think that'd be a great way to call it once we have that sorted out.
Oh, you okay? I was actually gonna say no. I'm gonna take my union mandated end of stream, but since you called it, I said, well, I don't have to. Hang on. How do I get this up? Oh, cool. I can do like this. No, I don't. I can get it up here like this, right? Yeah, I can. That looks kind of nice in a weird,
Okay,
fucked up way.
we need a pipeline hole. Goes right there. I don't think I'm going to get that to line up. That is way too short of a distance. God, I hate how they did this.
I'll have to check out that. I'll have to check out Sakurai's YouTube channel. That sounds interesting, and I think that'd be a fun way to lose sleep tonight. If I'm honest.
Okay.
I mean, look, I'm being honest. It's like if I'm gonna lose sleep, it may well be for game design.
Fair enough.
God knows I've already lost sleep on that already.
Right, right. There's apparently... Ooh. No, that's the wrong one.
You said that in the same vein you do the marine joke. A marine biologist. Hoorah.
Oh, there's multiple different build modes for pipelines. You can go auto 2D. You can go noodle. What the fuck is noodle? Horizontal to vertical. Auto 2D. None of these change anything about this particular thing. I think I'm being gypped. Oh, I shouldn't use that term. I'm being
Oh, what's with that term?
Oh, it's a negative, derogatory term derived from gypsy.
Oh, the more you know.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
What?
This is come here. Come here right now.
Where are you
I'm
at?
so fucking done already.
What's
I
wrong?
just started laying power lines. This is horseshit. They're not lighting up. I don't understand.
What?
I'm tired. Come here. Look, I put this power line up here, right? And so I'm
Uh-huh.
just like, cool. And I decided to put one power pole right
Okay.
about here. And so I was like, cool. I'm
Okay.
gonna make this next power pole go over here in line with it. But no matter
Uh-huh.
what I do, it won't go on the fucking thing. Look at this. Look at
Oh,
that.
wait. Oh, no, it's on the line. There you go. Oh, but it's not on the other
Dude,
line.
yeah, it's not on the other line. Oh.
I'll let you struggle. I'll let you struggle on that for a little
No,
while. I need to get the
no,
pipes lined up.
I'm calling stream. Call a stream. We'll do this.
No. We gotta get like one level of this done. Come
Oh,
on.
fine. All right, all right.
Like, I believe in something.
Wow.
Uh,
All right, we're calling the stream, ladies and gentlemen, and the non-binary
oh, fuck, I don't
gentle
have any
peeps.
plastic. Hang on. I'd like to get some power generated today.
It's doing it again. On the next one. I don't care.
The
You know what? I
game...
don't care if they're on the seam. Fuck it.
Yeah, fuck it. That's minor. That's small potatoes.
Yeah, I'm putting it on the inside of the seam at least. That way it can be consistent. It's
Mm.
not. It's the. There it goes. Okay, thank you, God. Actually, no, I shouldn't thank God. I had to do all the fucking work there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's neither here nor there, I suppose. But okay.
Okay, so we got a Mark II there. Double check. 8 of these only consumes how much turbo fuel? It's not 300. That's for damn sure. Okay, so that is that, and that is that. And then this can be shot up further. So now the question is, need to get that connected. So that requires this pipe. Oh,
Oh,
cool. Oh,
fuck,
yeah.
sweet.
Cool. Thanks.
Oh God, no.
Thanks.
Oh.
Appreciate inviting Errol to the party. God damn it. Fucking...
Ah.
I
Why
mean,
did you
she's
design it
such a
like that?
nice girl, but her voice... Her voice...
Fucking Poyo over here, fucking Kirby.
Yeah,
Oh my
definitely going to
God.
be reducing the volume on that. Okay, there we go.
God, I think I just lost a year of life. Fucking sound effect being played in my ear multiple times.
Gorgeous.
No, not gorgeous. Not gorgeous at all.
I think it might be right that this needs a cooldown. Okay. Here, I'm gonna hook us back up to the power system.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
So that I
I
can
trust
start
you.
hooking up pumps. There we go. God, that sounds like a rumbling thunder. Just in the distance. Whoa. That's an experience.
Kind of is a rumbling thunder. Yeah.
Wait. Why is this pipe already full of turbo fuel? How much head lift do these things give?
I may have been sucking on a fire hose full of turbo fuel and pumping it over to the fire.
What the fuck? Hold on. What happened here? Satisfactory head lift. No, I want the satisfactory.gg wiki. There we go. Head lift. Okay. Refineries give 10 meters of head lift. It should not have filled this whole fucking pipe.
Are you complaining? I'm not complaining.
I am, because this is gonna freaking fail the moment that it... What the fuck is going on? Is like...
God.
Is something hooked up to this that's providing an additional head lift? I don't know what's happening. Or
I told you, I was sucking on a garden hose for quite a while.
Or are these... Is this a glitch? I don't like this. It's not cool. Okay, hold on. I'm pretty sure this will identify the problems that it's having as soon as it is hooked up to the fuel generators. Wait, it's already hooked up. Did you hook up the fuel generators to the power grid?
Yeah.
All of them?
Not all of them.
Oh, well, get the middle ones done. The middle ones are the ones that I was just working on.
Yes, I will get it done as soon as fucking humanly possible.
Sorry, I'm just kidding.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
Yes. Why are you giving every fuel generator its own power pole? Weren't you the one who was like, we can, we can. No, I'm fucking serious. You're the one who puts.
No. You are not allowed to complain at me for how many times do we stream this, and I'm putting the power pole mark ones down, and now you're the bad one.
I'm just like, yeah, use the power pole mark ones, but use all of the connections that they have available before moving on to the next one.
No, I've lost my mind.
Okay.
Ah!
All right.
Okay.
Well,
I feel better now.
cool.
Oh boy.
Sorry everybody for that peaking mess. Are we gonna need a Penelope? Ooh.
Yes. God, that's the next thing I'm getting from Sweet Cream Arts is a fucking Penelope oohing scream. It's just gonna be my character whose head is tilted back, looking up into the sky, screaming at the top of their lungs the word power pole.
Uh-huh.
Ooh.
Well, it doesn't have to be power pole. It's pretty universal, I think.
Oh no. This moment is
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh my god, I haven't been that angry in like a month. That was beautiful.
I'm glad I could provide that experience. Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh man. All right. Pump is attached. So now this should function because it's 8 meters per thing, or is it 4 meters? Hang on. Foundations. Okay, 4 meters. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times 4. It's less than 50. All right, we're good. Really? Joker is... Hold on. All right, we're good. Automod doesn't like the word Joker?
No, but that's not gonna be a Joker one. Like, fuck me, I don't know what I would be at this point. I'm just an angry person. I'm not one bad day sort of bad. Like, I was just like, fucking goddamn it.
Oh, look at the power starting to go up. It's beautiful. Heck yeah. And this is actually a pretty unintrusive piping situation. So I like this.
Yeah, I love what the person did with the power poles and how she catches endless flack for it.
I don't fucking know. Just don't do it wrong. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not.
I definitely am. Calm down. Okay. So this is the center of that. So I can toss it there. And then I need to get a... Let's see here. Flashlight. And pipeline hole? Nope. Floor hole. Yeah. What the fuck is that? Oh, there it is. Okay. And this is... how far? 2 in? Okay. So then this is gonna go here. 1.
Oh god, I
Perfect.
think I strained my voice a little.
Oh, I get you. That happens. Especially when you have to ooze so much. God,
Yeah,
my
would
voice
you?
is not made for that. I think maybe if my voice is warmed up and not heavily strained after a few hours of streaming, and it might be able to do it.
Yeah, no, I don't know where that came from, but it certainly wasn't. Certainly wasn't there
God, it
when we
sounded
started streaming.
so weird.
Oh my god,
Oh, it came out over here. Oh, neat.
the pipes, the pipes. Every time I lay down a power pole, I've got like a 50-50 chance of the power pole just ending up on top of this pipe for no reason.
Oh, yeah?
I Yeah, I literally put it down in the right place. I see the silhouette. I click a left click. Sometimes it'll just go up on the pipe.
Huh.
It's madness.
Wow. Weird. Oh, this is... I just deleted a hole I shouldn't have deleted. God damn it. At least I know where it goes. 1, 2. Okay. Goes there. Anyways, I also am going to need to rebuild these two. But first, pipeline support. No, I have to rotate it here. 2. And then put one here. 1, 2. And then we go pipeline mark 1 over here. Go like... Yep.
It's just I'm just thinking back to that feeling I felt when it's like, why'd you use the Mark One power poles? Oh man, I'm tired. I just
Uh,
I felt the rage deep within
oh, good.
because you always give me shit for using powerful Mark Twos.
Well,
You
yeah, but I wasn't
always.
gonna give you shit for using Powerful Mark 1s. I was giving you shit for the way you were using them.
No, they're fine. This is perfect.
What, putting one building on each one?
Well, yeah, and then connecting everything over. It's fine. I don't want to do it with two. We Everything here looks so nice.
Uh-huh.
I don't need. I guess I could technically knock out one line of power poles per, but
Oh,
then
God, there's...
cords are reaching through buildings, and then that looks kind of crappy. So I did it.
I don't...
I did it your way.
I mean... Okay.
Man, oh boy, that was good. That felt nice.
I... Just... Thank you for tuning in to Razor Brownie Media Incorporated stream, where we give emotions.
Yeah, I guess mine today was rage.
Woke up and chose rage. Oh, woke up and choose violence. That's the one.
Yeah. Man, how many more lines of these back there are there? Let's see here.
Okay, so that works like
There's
that.
another 3.
It's not terribly impressive. I wish the pipes had more options available, but this should work. And we are now in the green, the black, whatever. We have so much power.
Nice.
Oh yeah, more coming up. I'm just waiting for the flow rate to start going up on this one. Come on, game, you can do it. I believe in you. Hold up, I'll delete this pipe.
Fuck, it did it again.
Are we?
That's not center. What? Spot's giving me powerful problems. Why
Okay.
does it keep doing that?
Interesting.
Ah, goodness, come on.
So this pipe has a flow rate of 300. Booyah! It should
Nice.
eventually fill up. Just gotta wait for it. Any second now. Any second now. It bugs me that this is not flowing. Oh, it's not flowing because there's no pipe down below. God damn it. God damn it, me. Why it gotta be me? Though. Okay. There, that's the way it's supposed to be. Wow. That was dumb. Alright.
What happened?
Nothing, just that I was expecting a system to work not the way it's supposed to. Without a pipe installed. Just like the fluid was supposed to teleport, apparently. I don't know. There we go. Alright, now it's got the head lift and everything's peachy keeny.
Nice.
Oh
I'm
god,
getting
these
most of
pipes are... Oh, they're... Alright, it's fine. This doesn't pick on Penelope Day.
Oh, man. Let it go, Pen. Let it go. Remember your blood pressure.
Don't worry. As the old idiom goes, the pen is mightier than the sword. Or is the penis? Not fully sure which it is.
Well, if you say that, then it sounds like a question. When you say, like, penis mightier than sword? Mightier than the sword?
Yeah, just a little bit. Okay, so this goes here. Good. And then we're gonna toss a floor hole. 1, 2, there. And we toss a pipeline support. 1, 2, here. And then we toss a second one over to here.
I can't wait to be the first person to get a solid taste of that turbo fuel. I'm just gonna open up one of the valves, put my head beneath it, and did.
What's going on here? Oh.
What do you mean? What?
No,
what else are we gonna use it for?
I was talking to myself. Don't mind me.
Oh.
But yes, the turbo fuel does look delicious.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna open up a valve. Just gonna fire hydrant it. Just gonna sit there and think of the King of England.
Why?
I don't know. Like, haven't you heard that idiom where it's like, I'm just gonna lie back and think of the Queen?
I don't understand that idiom, and I've never heard it before.
I heard it said on Bear Grylls. I think was the first place I ever heard of it, which is.
Oh.
Okay. And apparently there's like some sort of idiom where it's like lying back and thinking of England or thinking of the Queen or something like that. That I'm not. It's supposed to be like. I don't think I fully understand the idiom, but I think my interpretation of it is that you're supposed to lie back during a difficult situation and just
oh, we're not.
hang on.
Oh, this isn't a sexual thing. Okay.
No, it's not necessarily. At least maybe it's like, rooted in sexual history, but I don't think it's necessarily sexual.
Because I don't know why, but the image I thought of was this weird image where somebody was getting a blowjob and they just decided to start thinking of the Queen, and I'm just like, well, cool, to be fair, weird kink, but okay.
Well, to be fair, that during that particular clip on what's the Bear Grylls show? I think it's Man vs. Wild or something. I think that's what it was.
Maybe.
He was giving himself an enema to maintain water. So you know what? Maybe it is.
Cool.
Yeah. So maybe I don't know.
Who knows?
Yeah.
It's hard to say.
That's between him and God, I suppose, and
the
maybe
Queen.
the Queen. Yeah. Yeah, the Queen.
All right. Well, all of these generators. Wait, there's 2 over here that are red.
Why are they red?
Oh, now they're green. Oh, they just weren't getting enough fluid, so that fixed itself.
Tell them to hydrate.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't had any hydrate requests though.
Oh, doesn't mean we can't. We can drink water independent of the Strem chats decide.
I still love that one streamer who wasn't allowed to eat unless he won a game of Battlegrounds, I think, or something. It was like
that's fucked.
Yeah, but it was his own like personal thing, and it was it like he just and all he ate was chicken, like chicken breasts too. It was like okay. I think he only did it for like a week, but still. I mean, he won. He won a few times. No, he won. He won a couple times. They won. I don't know if it was a he, but yeah. So fucking. I guess it worked. Fucking whatever.
Damn, we have double the amount of power we need.
Hey.
Power we're using.
No, I guess
What's wrong?
This is functional. Sorry, I got confused. I thought there was more power poles than there should be, but no, everything's good.
I like the symmetry that this shows. I think it's nice.
I am shockingly happy with how this all turned out, because this could have been way uglier, but we found a nice layout that worked. The pipes actually work out really nicely. We're dealing with the head lift issue by having one pump in the direct center of the factory that is then providing head lift to all the other pipes that are coming up, which is great. So,
but the weird thing is we're never coming back here, so we actually did a lot of this work for just...
Well, no, see, this is something that I have. I don't know if everybody has it, but if I know something is not perfect, it's gonna bug me, even if I don't interact with it ever.
How soon do you forget things?
Never.
God.
Not especially quickly. Like,
that's rough.
God, I have a few memories that just will not go away from when I was a child.
Ah.
All right.
Yeah,
well,
no, I used to have that too. But anyway, let's talk about that.
We have power. All the power.
Have tons
Actually,
of power.
let's plop down a thing and turn back on all of our other things. Oh, I don't have the ingredients for a priority power switch. Oh, that's what those were for. I trashed those. God damn it. All right, wait. Did I trash them or did I toss them into this box? Let's find out. I trashed them. Do you have the ingredients for a priority power switch?
Probably not, but let me see. Oh, no, I do not.
Okay, cool. Back to the base. Zoom, zoom.
Oh, my radiation level spiked. What the fuck?
Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't realize, but the tube happens to pass by some uranium node or something, I think. It's great. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
I am very worried about it.
It is a legally acceptable amount of radiation.
Did I just pass you by on the thing, or are you already at the factory?
I am at the factory.
I did pass you up. You see, you can hold shift during that, and it'll make you go faster.
Oh. Or I've also read that the speed with which you gain from the... Wait, where'd you go?
I'm over here in the blueprint building.
I see your thingy back at the thingy.
No, I'm right. I'm on your blue.
Huh.
I'm staring right in front of you. Like, look behind you.
All right. Well, where?
Do you see me?
No.
What the fuck? Look at my screen.
Oh, those hyper tubes were a mistake.
I guess I'm not. Is this Citizen Kane all over again?
On my map, you are moving around, but you are currently located about several hundred feet to to the east.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's pretty great. Okay, so head to these priority power switches and switch everything back on.
Yeah, I can't use my parachute doesn't work anymore. Oh fuck.
Oh no. Hooray! Oh, don't turn on the solid biofuel. There we go. And we are nowhere near our limit. And this is only less than half of our expected amount that we're going to be pulling from. This is great!
So that means we don't need to build any more stuff for the turbo
we
fuel.
do. Yes, we do.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we do.
No, we don't. Fuck you. No, we
Oh, sorry. Yeah, we do. We gotta. That way, we never have to go back, and we never have to build another power building again.
We don't have to go back. We never have to build another fire building. We're fine.
What? You want to stop playing the game here?
No, no. What I mean to say is, like, if we're already producing more, like, if we're by the time we're done, we're not going to be using, like, we're not even going to be using this full power production, are we?
Yeah, we are.
With what? What's
we
gonna
have
take all this
not
up?
yet started producing supercomputers. Like it's not the cost of the new machines; it's the cost of the machines necessary that need to be added to existing assembly lines in order to balance the new machines.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I might have just disconnected. I'm stuck in the midair.
Oh, good. Probably for the best that you do disconnect, because there's some glitching going on here. Here's hoping you don't reappear in the wrong place.
Yeah, I'm just disconnected. Okay, but I think hey, we made a lot of progress today. Honestly,
Heck yeah,
that's
we
good.
did. It was pretty great. So yeah. I think we are cool to sign off here. Maybe next time we will have a fully functional turbo fuel. Well, I mean a more fully like a max capacity turbo tower, turbo fuel tower, tower of power tower, fucking names. The fact is, join our Discord.
Nice.
I'm losing my mind.
Nice. Well, yeah. Check out our Discord. We'd love to have anyone here and be able to come chill out with us. We also take streaming suggestions or feedback on how we do streamers. So, uh, hey, I'm about to do the outro for you. I shouldn't do that.
Do it. I
You want
can't
me to
think
do the
right
outro?
now.
Okay, I'll take care of it. Well, for YouTube, thank you everyone so much for watching. If you want to like, comment, and subscribe, we'd really appreciate it. Any feedback or anything like that would be much appreciated. And as for everyone who joined us today, thank you so much for joining us on Twitch. We hope to see you again soon. And yeah, don't forget to be awesome.
And come back on Wednesday for Bug Fables.
And come back on Wednesday for Bug Fables. We're very excited for it.
YouTube, you'll probably enjoy that on Thursday.
Yeah.
All right. Good night, everybody.